today because every once in a while, once a month, I do a charity stream for her to try to help with her issues she has. She basically got fucking robbed, her entire life savings, so I put this up. It's been up September, so I've been doing this since September. It's not that long, but we got a $5 donation 2 days ago, and I called her and told her about it, and she was so just happy. She cried on the phone in the middle of the store, and I felt bad. I was like, oh no, I should have waited till you were home to tell you. Didn't know you were gonna cry. Today, 6 minutes ago, there was a $100 donation, and I was asked to call her and basically just tell her to check. I know she's gonna cry because she cried over $5. She's gonna cry. I'm gonna probably cry. I'm gonna try my best not to cry. I already look bad. I have like damp wet hair because I just took a shower so I wouldn't be tired. Eating a little oatmeal. I'm just announcing it on Discord that we have started, and then I'm going to be hopping into drawing, and in a bit we're going to call her Okay, so I'm excited. I'm excited to tell her. I'm excited. Where's my drawing program? I'm so excited to call my grandma and let her know, and she's gonna cry, I'm gonna cry, we're all gonna cry. It's gonna be a fucking mess. Let me look for my drawing thing, because I forgot what the program is called. And then, after a little bit, I'm waiting till the person who donated gets on. Your dad is telling them to stay out of the room till I'm off the phone. Alright, so I'm gonna call her in a little bit, and we're just gonna talk. I'm not gonna tell her till I'm told to tell her. Then I'll do it. I'm gonna go ahead and call her. First, I'm gonna take a screenshot of it though. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the GoFundMe so I can just send her the screenshot rather than making her have to download it with her like link. Okay, so I'm taking a screenshot right now and trying to also find my art program. That's it. There we go. Well, I don't know if he wants me to say his name. Well, let me ask him real quick if he's cool with me saying his name. I'll probably just say his username. Okay. Well, it's DBC. I'm not gonna say your real name, but yeah, DBC, basically. I was trying to like let you have anonymity, unless you wanted it, but yeah, he donated $100 like 6 minutes ago. She's gonna cry. I know she's going to cry. I'm gonna go ahead and call her. Well, I'm okay with it. You're okay with her crying? Alright. So I'm gonna call her and we're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk for a bit until like we're gonna give people some time to get on. Let's see. I don't know if I want a video chat or just call because her internet's really bad. I'm just gonna do call. Okay. So y'all are gonna get to ask her questions and talk to her. She's on. Are you there, Grandma?
Hey there.
Hey, Grandma.
I'm here.
All right.
Hang on a second. Let me turn the sound up.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Guys, can you hear her? I have her on speaker. I don't know if y'all can hear her.
I can hear you, but it's kind of low. I don't know what to do about it.
It might be because I put you on speaker. Try putting me on speaker. See if it helps.
On speaker. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me see.
Okay. Take your time, Grandma.
Is it the little? There's a thing here that shows a lady with a plus sign on her side. and then like a microphone. Is that it?
Yeah, the
Or
mic.
a-
You tap the microphone. Not the microphone. It's like
Oh
a.
wow! Oh wow! Okay,
Is that
it's
better?
working now.
Okay, guys,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you hear her? I want to make sure that y'all can also hear her. We only got 3 people watching right now, so don't be nervous, Grandma. We'll get to 100 in a minute.
I'm not.
I'm joking.
I'm okay.
That's awesome. Aww. Aww. People are thanking people, and it's so sweet. Alright, no problems. Alright, so I'm not sure if they can hear you, but I have you all the way up, so they should be able to hear you pretty well. I'm not going to do video chat because I know how your internet gets, and I don't want us to have too many issues.
Yeah, right. I'm. Can anybody hear me?
I
Right
have you
now,
like
I moved
right
up.
next to my mic. I'm pretty sure they should be
I
able to
moved
hear you.
close to the. I moved close to the phone, so I hoping that it would work better.
Mm. You're pretty loud on my
Okay.
end. I think they can hear you. I can. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, they can hear you. All right, guys. So for right
Oh,
now,
Okay.
if anyone wants me to say anything to her, oh hey Candy. Oh, if anyone wants me to say anything to her, I'm able to do that. I'll read it out to her. 2 Neon says hello, which is Eland.
Hi.
Eland's in my view. He said hello.
Oh, hey, sweetie. Hi. Okay. Tell me. Is it Neon again?
That's
I want to get it right.
That's Eland, Grandma.
No. Wasn't there somebody else?
2
before
Neon
you that
is
you mentioned?
Eland.
Oh, okay. Well, hey there, Neon. I like to get the name. I like to get names right. I always want to make sure I get a person's name correct.
Yeah, and DBC says, tell you thank you for being a great person.
Well, thank you for saying that. I take no credit, but I appreciate the thought. Thanks a lot. I do the best I can.
She does. She
That's
does
all I
the
can-
best she can to help people with what she got, which is her love, her soul. She gives everything she can.
Wow, you said it better than I do.
I mean, it's not like you have much to give. All you can do is like your best.
Well, I just do what I can, and I make the most of what I got. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. What's up,
And
that
it-
Twitch
and
guy?
it
My
does
grandma's
seem-
on. I was introducing that Twitch guy. He's one of my longest time viewers.
Hey there.
Grandma says hi. I'm also not sure what's going on with my tablet. It's interacting with the wrong screen. I can fix this though.
Hmm.
But let's see. There's a few people who I'm gonna let talk to you. They're gonna say things out, and I'll read it to you. If anyone has any
Okay.
questions for my grandmother, feel free to ask away. She's pretty good at answering questions. And she's okay with a bit of dark humor. I've heard her say some dark jokes once or twice. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. She won't judge you. She'll probably laugh with
tell
you.
'em, don't sweat it, you guys. I'm whatever, you know.
Grandma says she's
And-
whatever.
So don't sweat it.
Grandma is cool with it. Twitch guy says hello.
Hey there.
Oh, that makes it even better. They like that you have dark humor, Grandma.
Yeah, well, I can't keep from it. What can I tell you?
I don't know. I think the worst dark humor I've ever heard you do is when that chick was like walking almost in the middle of the road and you're like, I'm surprised she hasn't got hit yet. I mean, she keeps weaving in and out of cars. Ask her if she can embarrass
Yeah,
you.
well, for real.
Minor
Yeah,
Matt
I
asks
mean,
if you can embarrass me. Do you have any embarrassing?
If I can,
Yeah, can you
Okay,
embarrass me?
okay. First of all, I'm not comfortable with embarrassing anybody, especially people that I.
No,
care
me.
about,
Like, in a funny way, Grandma.
well,
Don't
well-
like talk about back when I was wearing diapers.
I've got one good one.
Oh
That
God.
it's not an embarrassing. It's not an no. It's not an embarrassing thing, but it says a lot to me about the kind of person you are gonna grow up to be. I knew
Oh.
when you did this, I knew you were gonna make it. That you are a survivor.
Oh.
And here's what it is. When you were real tiny, I don't even think you were a year. I don't think you were 2 years old.
This is back when I was
And
sickly, right?
you were still in diapers, and we had come to get at the time you were too little for us to bring down here, for visitation.
Mhm.
So we were gonna pick up Destiny. Well, when we came up to the door, you opened the door. You were this tiny little thing,
Oh.
and at the time, we only saw you like every 6 months. So whenever we would come, I would wonder, is she gonna remember us? Because you were so little, that I was afraid. I was thought maybe you wouldn't remember us. So anyway, I went up to the door, and you opened the door, and there was this tiny little thing looking up at me, and you said, "I, Audra, who you?"
Oh. You told me about
And
this before. Oh my goodness.
I just thought that was the neatest thing, and I thought, boy, she's got spunk.
Hi, Audra.
She's
Who
a
you? Talk like a
Hi,
barbarian.
Audra, who you? That's right. It's like there wasn't nobody too big for you to take on, and I loved it. I just,
Oh my goodness.
it's one of my favorite moments about you.
Are you sure it
So
wasn't the
anyway.
part where I was like fighting to not go to a ballet recital?
No, God, no, no. that you were what, about 6 or 7 years old then. Okay, that was awful. That was a awful moment because I had never had that experience with you ever before. I mean, your mom had told me, that you could get kind of, when you made up your mind you wanted things a certain way, that you were gonna get your way, and you didn't want to go to practice, and I was trying to get you in the car, and it was like, man, it was like holding onto a giant spider or something. I never saw so many arms and I never saw many arms and legs on one human being. I would open the door, and you would hold it with your arm and your leg, and I was trying to get you in the car, and I started thinking, people driving by here. I thought to myself, can you well imagine what this must look like to passers-by? It's a wonder the police didn't turn up, wanting to know why I was, being mean to a little kid. But
she's abusing me with love.
I finally got you in the car, and it was like, oh my gosh, man, it's a wonder I didn't wind up having a heart attack from the exertion.
Oh God.
We had our moments when you were tiny, when you were little.
Back when I still threw fits.
But it was, I mean, I understood, I knew that it wasn't something you could help, and so that's the thing. Papa, especially Papa, he really was tuned into you, and he understood the struggles that you had, with the situation that you had medically.
Yeah.
And so we always tried to take that into consideration as to how we related to you.
You know what I realized a while
because-
back? He wasn't used to me being a very calm child. My fondest memory of him is when we were sitting on the couch watching, how you used to love those black and white spider horror movies?
Oh yeah, yeah. He loved the horror shows
He
with you
did.
guys.
We were sitting there, watching one of them, and I had been sitting there for a while, and I was tucked in really good. Like the blanket was like up to my nose, and
Yeah.
it was tucked up to my nose. And he said something like, "Oh, this is great, Destiny." And I looked up and I go, "I'm Audra."
Yeah, because he used to watch. He started out watching them with her. Of the two of you. I mean,
Move that over.
he always loved a horror show, and the ones that he'd like to show you was the old timey ones from the 50s and the 60s. When he was growing up, and the old, so they wouldn't be so bad. For y'all to see. And so he was used to having watched those horror shows with her. That's why he said he did that.
He was. He was. She always watched it with him, and I don't remember what she was doing.
Yeah.
But I had been sitting there so long, and it was dark. He had the light off, so he just assumed
Yeah.
I was her, because she was usually the one to watch it with him, and I was behaving. I wasn't talking like usual. I'm a yappy person.
Yeah. You weren't being yourself.
Hey,
there?
DBC. Yeah. I was just reading the chat real quick. Hey, DBC. Do you want me to go ahead and start the thing? Sorry, I'm checking in my stream real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Papa was definitely not used to me being the quiet one in the room. Hey Grandma, I'm gonna send you a screenshot real quick. Can you go ahead and look at it?
How can I do that? I don't. What I have here is your avatar.
Yeah. Click
I don't
the
know
back.
how.
Okay, so click the screen, or click the back button, and it should take you back to our chat.
Okay. Click what now?
So click the back button, and it should take you to the chat, like our conversation, Messenger.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead and look at that.
Oh, I see. Is that the one of you, me, and Charlie?
That's your GoFundMe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
So,
what about it?
Look at the amount on it.
I can't see any amount. Oh, wait a minute. My eyes are
Adjusting.
Holy smoke! $105? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It was 17 minutes
Wow.
ago. DBC donated $100 all at once. 17
Oh
minutes
my
ago.
goodness, DBC. DBC, you are the. What can I tell you? You are awesome. I can't. There's no way I can tell you what this says, what this means to me. That is so good of you and so kind of you to do that. I know that it's you had to work hard to get that money, and I hope and pray that we do you right by it, because I certainly do want to. I had to have the van. I went to the store yesterday evening, and the battery died on me.
I actually told them about when you got stranded in the parking lot and had to wait for Uncle Matt to come get you. I was updating them. I was like, Grandma's stuck in a parking lot. But
God bless him.
DBC wants me to tell you one more thing real quick.
Okay.
He might be doing it every 2 weeks.
I don't know what to say. I please do not put yourself in a bind over this. Okay.
I told them you would say that.
Don't. I'm okay. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I mean, I do need a vehicle that I can depend on, that's not coming to pieces on me one part at a time. But by the same token, I don't want anyone to get themselves in a bind trying to help me. What's important is looking out for yourself, and then if you can spare it, okay. Then I would feel all right, okay?
He says it's not hurting him.
Oh, Okay, well, I'll take your word for it because you know what you got going on, and you know what you can handle,
I'm
and I'll
honestly
trust
surprised you
that.
haven't started crying yet. You were crying over $5 in the store, and I was like, oh no, what is she gonna? Because I actually knew about this since then. When I called you earlier
Well,
to make sure you had nothing to do today, it was because I was told prior to that, they were wanting to do this, and I was like, I want to make sure she's not gonna be somewhere she's gonna cry. Like,
well, guess what? I I was in Kohl's,
oh, it
and
was Kohl's.
in Kohl's, not the grocery, Kohl's, Kohl apostrophe s, and unfortunately, I didn't have a Kleenex,
Oh.
and I was I looked at my purse and I didn't have anything to, I don't know how to quite put it, but I had postnasal drip, guys. That's all I know how to say. And it
Oh.
was like I was trying to figure out how can I wanted to. I had to do something, and it was like, the sleep might be an option, or even the bottom, the light, it's like going back when you were a kid and you'd just rake your sleeve across your nose and stuff. I did, but I didn't do that,
Oh.
because I wouldn't. And but it was like, oh my heaven, what am I gonna do? I don't have any way to. And I was gonna have to go check out, and I was trying to think, how
Oh.
can I get out of here without looking like some kind of weirdo? I
I
managed
felt
to
so
do
bad
it,
because I didn't know you were in public. I was like, I should have waited. Also, Minor
Well,
Matt has dropped in $5 to also go towards
oh,
your I have to add it in because it
oh,
went through bits, but I'm gonna add it in later on.
oh, okay, that's sweet. Thank you. Um,
Aww.
what can I tell you? Stuff like that happens to me. I mean, I'm the person.
You're the person to
If you'll
cry in
notice
public.
well, I can't keep from it. What can I, it's me. I get misty.
Yeah, I
Um,
got worried because
when
I'm like,
Frost
she's gonna be bawling or something. I don't want to make her
when Fro-
cry like that.
uh, well, it's just who I am. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I've learned to accept it and just ride with it. What can I do?
like 2 days
It's
ago, the exact thing you
that's
said, I
me.
said you would say. I was like, she's gonna tell people not to do it if it's gonna put them in a bad place. She's gonna tell people that, not to do it even though it's actually helping her. Like, I don't even. I knew exactly what you would say. Because you've kind of like
Well,
been in these situations before. Like, you've needed help, but you were like, I'm
well,
good, I don't need it.
it's well. The thing is that
What's that
been
command
there.
do?
You know what I'm saying.
Oh,
I've walked that walk myself, and I
let me.
am walking it to some extent. So I understand and know that it can be a struggle, and so I don't want other folks struggling on my account because okay,
Oh, now you're
uh,
crying. I can hear it in your voice.
my entire life I have trusted in God to watch over me because He has, and He's taken care of me and He's helped me along the way, and so it's like I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, my car is, my van. I love it, and I'm not kidding you. I happened to glance up one day and I noticed, oh, the headliner is starting to come down. So now I got that going on.
Oh,
Uh,
stop
the
sniffling. You're gonna make
windows,
me cry.
the windows won't roll down, so I have to open the door when I went to get the oil changed. Finally got the money to do that, and the fella came to, he's waving at, doing the roll down your window sign, and I opened the door and I said it won't go down, and he's
Oh.
like, oh, okay. So he told me what he wanted to do, but I had to do it with the door open. I don't do fast food drive-throughs anymore. I have to park and go inside because I can't open the window. I can't. I would have to hold signs up, to the people,
Oh
and
man.
to order some.
Yeah, I told them
So
that you can't even take the boys out anymore because it gets too hot, and then you can't roll the window down to let air in. And then when it's too
right.
cold, it's not like it's doing much for them. Like you
Well,
can't do
it,
much.
actually, right now with the weather being cold, I've got for some. Thank the Lord, the heater works.
It
So
started back up?
it's not. It no, I mean the heater has always worked. It's just that when things went bad with the system, it was the air conditioner that went out.
Oh, I thought you meant the
So
whole like oh, I almost swore. I thought you meant the
I was
whole like air system
I
went
was
down.
yeah, I
Thank
was
goodness
afraid
you have
that
a
was going to be.
heater.
I was afraid that
Oh,
was
it's a
going to be the
separate
case,
unit.
but actually, the only thing that doesn't work is the air conditioning. Right now, the heater is working. So, wintertime is actually a good thing for me. But
That
when
is
it
good.
starts to get hot again, then of course, we'll be sweating as we ride down the street.
Well, well, at least you have something to last right now for like the winter.
Yeah,
Also, DBC says
yeah.
I'm gonna give at least something every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Uh, I'll, okay. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't want to, what you can handle. But if you find that it's not a doable, don't. Uh, that's all I want to say. I don't want, like I said, I don't want anyone having to be in a bind on my account because we'll get through it somehow. We'll get through it.
I can hear you sniffling. It's making me start to tear up.
Uh, uh, well, I'm okay. I'm okay, sweetie.
Okay.
Uh,
Like every time you cry, like earlier when you had to hop off, I was like, oh god, I was this close to starting to cry with her. Like we do that, we cry together too much.
well, can I ask everybody something?
Yeah, you can ask
Uh,
whatever you'd like.
actually, I am kind of curious about them, and I wonder, is there anything that they want to know about, or because Audra told
That
me
Ace,
something.
Grandma, call me Ace. Why streaming?
Oh, so sorry,
It's okay.
AKA Ace. I never know her aliases. you know,
I forgot to mention
but
it. I always, I
sorry
keep
about that.
forgetting.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Ace told me a little bit about y'all wanting to talk to me, and so I was just wondering, was there anything that y'all wanted to ask me uh, that I could, respond to or give you an answer?
DBC, by the way, also says, I felt like God told me to give and I wanted to do it. Oh, wait, 1 second. Miner just did a donation. Let me check and see, so I can tell you the new amount on the GoFundMe. Oh wait,
Okay.
it might take a moment for me to be able to see it actually.
Uh, by the way, DBC, I know what you're saying about your God telling you to do this, because I have that happen to me. I have had it happen to me my entire life, even as a child. That's why I have such faith, because I know that God's there watching over me, and I'm here because of Him. Honest and truly, even as a child, I've had situations growing up, because I was a foster kid, and so there was a lot of things that I and my two biological brothers had to do growing up to make it, to survive. And so I know, I mean, I would get these feelings, situations would come up, and I would just sort of instinctively realize I need to do something. And the fact that I did respond to that little nudge that was there somehow, uh, honestly, it's even saved my life at least three different times that I can think of right now. So I know what you're saying about that. And any time, which is very rarely, because I learned real quick, do not ignore that little voice that somehow, that feeling you get, because if you ignore it, you're going to be sorry.
Hey, Grandma,
Um,
Minor Matt
I,
popped in another donation of 24, so that means we are at 129 in total right now. Well, plus 5 because I got to add the other 5 later.
oh, okay. That's great. That's wonderful.
Wait.
I love. Thank you. Um, thank you
134.
so
That's the
much.
total
I
right
appreciate
now.
it.
134.
Oh, oh, okay.
You sound
Uh,
very awkward like you don't know what to do. And I'm sorry. I can tell that you
well,
probably feel a
I
little
honestly,
overwhelmed right now.
well, it does feel a little awkward to, what do you say to folks when they just do that? It's, I mean, I'm in awe. That's all I know to say is
I
I'm in awe
remember what you
because,
said when I first made this for you. Like, I made this for you and I told you about it so you wouldn't feel uncomfortable if you found it online. And you were like, I'm not going to get my hopes up because I don't have that kind of luck. I don't think anyone's ever going to donate to it. And I was like, don't you do that. Don't you feel sad. I'm going to do my best. I am not going to let this flop. I'm going to do my best to help you. And you were like, I'm just not going to get my hopes
well,
up. And I was like, you better get your hopes up,
well,
Grandma.
the thing is that, I don't have the network that so many people have. It's my lot in life to somehow, make my own way, because you remember that of years ago about that fellow, and I'll say it from time to time because I think it's a good uh, example of how, some folks like us have to work for what we get, you know, and then there's other folks that have the network or something that all they have to say is, I got this going on, and people you know, can't give them enough. I mean, it seems as if though things come easy for them. I realize they do not, but on the surface, it appears that way. And it's like, for us to, for someone to help us, it seems like, well, I'm not going to count on that because I know that the odds are against me. And but the reason that I didn't tell you, please don't do
Oh,
this,
God.
is because I almost did. But then I thought, you know, Ace is really, this means a lot to her. I could tell that it did. And I decided I am not taking this away from you. I am not, you want to try to help me. And I felt like if I didn't let you, that I would be letting you down.
Oh,
If
God,
that makes any
Grandma.
sense. If that makes any
No.
sense.
I mean, I want to help you. Even if you told me not to help you, you know I'd help you. I'd be like in the background, like, she'll never know, as I do like my best to try to get you help.
Yeah. Well, I had, Aunt Kathy that passed away some years ago. She was she was my best friend. They lived across the street from us, and everything. And she was one that was always helping folks. That's I mentioned earlier for the folks there that are listening. Uh, they don't. I mentioned earlier that I was a foster child. Well, never give up. Never give up hope that your life will get better. Whatever struggles you may have, just keep focusing on I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. And I'm here to tell you that you can, because I was a foster child. I grew up my entire life in a foster situation. And it wasn't an ideal one, but it wasn't a bad one either, really. I mean, it's one of those deals of, in hindsight, you realize it was okay for me. I didn't realize it growing up, but now I do. But anyway, um, so you grow up knowing that you don't have a mom and you don't have a dad, and there's things that you don't have in life that you wish you did. And so anyway,
I'm trying hard,
I
so
just
hard not to cry right
I
now,
just
Grandma.
I just never gave up. I always prayed and hoped that something would happen, that 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 as I got older and was in control of my life, when I was growing up, you got to be legally of age when you were 21. And so that was my goal when I was growing up. When I get to be 21 and I'm going to be able to determine my own future, you know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You have your dreams. And I never gave up on them. And it was tough. But I tell you something, one of the dreams that I had that I never ever expected would come true and did was that I was adopted as an adult. When I was 16 years old, I moved from the town I grew up in. My foster mom passed away, and so I wound up moving in with my older brother, who was 10 years older than me. He was in the military, and he brought me to the town where I'm living now, and so I finished my high school here. And when I started going to the school that he enrolled me in, I met this girl who was, at the time, I was a junior in high school, and she was a freshman, and we just clicked, and me and her best friend, and we became best friends. And so then she took me home to spend the night, and her mom, has told me more than once that when I walked through their front door, she said to me, "When I saw you, I knew you were mine." And
Aw.
I didn't know it at the time that Grandma had felt that way, but it was like I was home. And and it, it wasn't until after my first child, uh, Ace's aunt, uh, came along, that and then they would introduce us, and they would say I was their daughter and she was their grandchild.
Oh.
And then one day, my dad, he worked for this military installation, and they had suggestion box, and he won. He had put in a suggestion, and that month they picked his, and he got a $200 bonus for it. And he told my mom, "I want us to use this money to adopt her." And then they told we went to visit him one day, which we would go every weekend, and they told me and Ace's papa, there's something we want to ask you. And then they asked us, would I be willing to be adopted? And I was like, wow, yes. And then my dad, it was so neat, because it's almost like, how when a dad a young man is going to ask the girl to, he wants to marry her, and then he asks for her hand in marriage from the dad. Well, in a way, it was kind of like that because he asked my husband,
Aww.
would that be okay with you?
He double
And
checked with
my
Papa?
husband, and yeah, he asked Papa
That's
if it was okay if they adopted me,
that's
and
so
and he
funny.
said, and he said that's not my decision, it's hers. He said if that's what she wants, he said yeah, and of course
Aww.
he was like yeah, he was, because he loved them, and so that's when yeah, and I was over 20 years old. I was about 24 years old maybe at the time.
It took a
So
while to get adopted, but you got an amazing family out of it. Was it worth the wait,
yeah,
Grandma?
when I went from having no family to speak of to marrying a man who had this huge family and
You got
being
grandkids
adopted
out the
into
wazoo.
it, yeah, and being adopted by a family who was just as huge. Between the two of them, we are related to everybody in this town. And my children have, and my grandkids have aunts and uncles and cousins and everything all over the place. I had to kind of go at it by myself when I was growing up because my brothers were older, so they moved away fairly quickly. So I spent a lot of time by myself, as a kid.
Now you never get time alone.
But but it went from that to just having a family tree like you wouldn't believe. And so that's why I'm saying, guys, don't ever give up, and never, on yourself or on your dreams, because they can happen for you. You just gotta
DBC, by the
hang
way,
in there.
says that you are so inspirational. Like they said, you're inspiring. You know what you are, Grandma. You
Well,
really are.
now, well, I have to tell you that is one thing that I will not be humble about, and for the simple reason that it's important to me to get that message out to everybody I can, and I do try to, because I know that there is no reason, honest and truly, I it breaks my heart when someone gives up on themselves and cuts their life short, because if they would just hang in there, there is hope. There always is a way. If you can hang in there, you can think of it. Just educate yourself, learn as much as you can, and when something in life, whether it's a person or a thing, knocks you down, dig in. Do not back down. You believe in yourself. When people say, I'm your biggest fan, the way I feel about it is, no, I'm my biggest fan. That's how I believe everybody should feel, is you need to be your own biggest fan, because you're what's going to keep you going and what's going to make you get, the most out of life that you can. And I hope and pray that I can get that message out to as many people as I can, because
You should definitely
I
become an
know that you
inspirational
can.
speaker.
Well, I don't think I could. I, I'd probably wind up getting laryngitis, and I wouldn't know when to shut up. Anyway, that's my message to anybody that I know that you can turn your life around if you just hang in there. Anyway,
You went from
there we are.
inspirational anyway. Like, alright, inspiration's over with, everyone. You are inspired now. Grandma has casted bardic inspiration on you all. Where did my pen go? I set it down and I don't know where it went. Welcome Shakes. This is my grandma on the phone. I don't know if you saw the Discord. Where's my pen? My grandma is the one who I do the donation streams for, and today we have gotten $124, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, $130 in towards the donation. So I was calling and telling her, and she's spreading inspiration, love, and joy, and I don't know where my pencil went. I don't. I don't. Oh, hello,
Well,
Tippy.
bless your heart.
Tippy can hear you, and she's trying to get up. She's looking for you, Grandma.
Bless her heart. I miss Tippy.
Oh, Tippy, come on. Up.
Oh, hey, Tippy.
She's barking
Hi,
towards you.
Tippy
Come on,
kids.
Up this way.
Hi, little
This way.
girl.
Up.
How you doing?
Yes.
I miss
Thank
her.
you to everyone
Hey,
who's
Tippy.
donating. And Tippy, come on up. She's trying to find you. Here, she's right here. She's right here.
Hey, Tip.
She's like, where? Where? She's wagging so hard right now. Where is she? Where's Grandma? Where's Grandma?
Hey, Tippy. Hi, sweetie girl. What you up to? You giving Ace a hard time?
Yeah, she might need to go outside real quick, which means I'll have to say be right back. But, hey, Grandma, do you want to spew some more inspiration while I take Tippy outside real quick? It's kind of hard to do because you can't read the chat.
Why don't maybe I should talk about the van a little bit, because it's such an integral part of our lives. I mean, to me, it's like it's got a life of its own. It's made our lives so much more fun and interesting, and
it's been around for years.
Adventuresome.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Tippy out real quick. I won't be here. I'll let you know when I get back. Go ahead and tell them about the van.
Okay. Well, how we wound up with it is it's a 2007 Grand Caravan, Dodge Grand Caravan, and it's silver. It's anyway. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Okay. I almost lost that page. We used to have one of those little compact cars, where only 4 people get to sit in the thing, and the grandkids were starting to come up, and we had, at the time, I think we had 2 or 3 of them that were, still in the car seats, so there wasn't that much room to take the kids out. And what happened is, near Christmas time, I mean, there's a lot of great memories in our family, going to look at Christmas lights, driving around town, and going through the neighborhoods, and we would have so much fun. Well, when my kids grew up, you didn't have the car, they didn't have the seat belts and all of that. People didn't realize that you needed to, put your kids in a seatbelt. So you could cram as many children into a car as you could, and it was legal. And so we would go riding around.
I walked in to cram as many children as you can to a car, and it's legal. What?
I mean, honestly, it was. There was one time we had a little car seat. I was on one of those pages where people show stuff from back in the day, and somebody had a picture of a car seat from like the 1970s.
Oh, geez.
And you guys would laugh at that thing. All it was this. There was these 2 little things that went. You know how you have the hooks that go over a door?
Oh, God.
Well, these things were, like if you're going to hang something over the door, like the shoe rack or whatever. Well, think of those hangers, but wide enough to go over a car seat. The front the front car seat. We had that's the what we had for Aunt your Aunt Carla and Aunt Diane when they were growing up. It was this little cardboard looking thing that was covered with fabric, and it had the two things that would go over the back of the seat. And then it was this little, like maybe a 2-inch plastic, ribbon on either side that you would run through these little slide. You know how those little just slide through there. It didn't even have the holes with a thing to make the thing stay on their tummy. And so you'd sit the kid, and then to keep the kid entertained, they had this little plastic steering wheel on it with, and if the kid hit the little thing in the middle, it would beep. And that's supposed to keep the kid entertained while you're trying to drive them to and from wherever, babysitter or whatever. And thank the Lord I never had an accident, because that thing would not have helped that child, stay safe at all in an accident. And but that's what we had to deal with, when I was a young mother. Uh, there was when we had one of our babies. Uh, my grandma gave me this really neat looking box that was like wax coated, and she said, this will keep the baby safe. And so we padded it with baby blankets and stuff, and I would put the baby in that box, and she would be laying in that box and in the back seat with her sister sitting next to her. And that's how I would carry her back and forth wherever, after I pick her up from work and take her home or whatever. And one time, this girl, we were driving along, and this girl decided she was going to pull into a convenience store, and she was on the inside lane, the furthest one away from the curb.
Did she cut you off to get to it?
Lane. She cut across in front of me, and when she did that, I was forced to have to try to get out of her way, and I almost wound up hitting a telephone pole. Well, the kids were all over the place.
Oh God!
The baby.
I'm just imagining kids flying around.
The baby was in the box, and she wound up. The box slid off the back seat and fell onto the floorboard between the front seat and the back. And thank God for that box, because it kept her safe. It kept her from heaven only knows she would have gone flying, because all I could do was just to lay her back there and keep her in a little carrier, which was, again, those carriers were laughable now. It's just unreal. I mean, God was watching out for children back in those days. Let me tell you. Because
it's like, how did half of them survive?
Right. I mean, thank the Lord for what the car seats that parents have now to use. Because they really do protect these children. But
Elon says the 70s is a time of innovation.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it was scary, and I was so thankful for that box. It was so sturdy. I mean, it did not, I'm not kidding you. It kept the baby from being hurt, because she would have been. And, I had no way to get to her until after I got out of the car.
Grandma.
But, huh?
I just want you to think of the song for a moment. I believe I can fly.
Yeah. Well, bless her little heart.
I told you guys she had dark humor too. Someone commented in the chat. No, Minor did. Minor commented, I believe I can fly.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
That was something. But, well, anyway, I got Oh, by the way, that's another thing too. I'm bad about. I digress a lot. I'll start out
Sidetracked.
telling one thing and wind up telling something totally different. And what I was trying to do was tell you about the van.
Yeah, now we're talking about children flying.
Yeah, we end up with that. But anyway, we Papa, he just, I had mentioned to him, getting back to Christmas, that I wish that we had a vehicle where we could, remember when I said, we just cram all the kids we could in a car and take them looking at Christmas lights.
Oh, this is what I
And
walked
so
into,
I
I'm
was
pretty
telling
sure.
him,
Walking into,
yeah, I
you
was
talk
telling
about cramming
him,
in as many kids as legally possible.
well, yeah, we would take all the kids and everybody got to enjoy, uh, watching the lights and everything, and we only had to make one trip. Well, now, with a car that only seats four people, you'd have to take them in like one group and then take another group and all that. And what bothered me about that was that the kids wouldn't get to be together and interact with each other and stuff. And you'd have one group of the kids, saying, what they felt or thought or whatever, and then the others, but they would miss what because they were separated. They would be in two different groups.
Yeah,
So
and
I was telling
there's at least
him,
8 at a time that, I mean, there's 8 kids
I
at all time to try to split into these kind of events.
I wanted them to be together and enjoying it as one group of kids, and so I was telling him that I wish that we had a car that where we could take all the kids together, looking at stuff or doing, going to a zoo or whatever. And so one day
Get
he
in the
came home and he
van.
said, "Come on," he told me, "Come on, we're going to go do something." And I'm like, "What?" And he said, "Come on, I'll take you, I'll show you." And he drove to this dealership, and he said, "I'm going to get you a vehicle that you can take the kids doing, wherever you want, and you're going to have plenty of room for all of them." And that's where we went and found the Toddler Express. At that time, we got it. We called it the Toddler, or I did. To me it was like, oh wow, this is the Toddler Express, because all the kids at the time, the kids were toddlers, and and we got it. This was in '08, and as the years came along and new kids joined, came into the family, and the older ones were growing up, it went from the Toddler Express to the Tyke and Toddler Express, and it is now the 3T Express, which is Teen, Tyke, and Toddler. And so all these kids are it's we're at the point now where we've reached again a spot where there's either going to be one or two kids that would be left out, that wouldn't get to go. So I have to get creative when I'm trying to plan a trip. Uh, and as it happens too, with some of them being like 16 years old, 16, 15, 14 years old, not everybody is able to go at the same time. So it winds up that what I do now is I'll just, if I make plans to, if I see something that looks like it would be fun and the kids would like to go do, I call around and find out who wants to go and who can, because sometimes they have plans. And so it's been possible where I can take a group of kids, and even if somebody doesn't get to go, it's okay because they were planning on doing something else anyway. So it works out. So anyway, so now it's the 3T Express.
One thing I'm hoping
And,
that we're able
and
to do is save up to get you like a used Durango, because those things are 3 rows, 3 seats in each row, so that's 9 seats. You wouldn't have any
Well,
issues
then,
taking any of the kids.
no, yeah, you're right. I mean, that would be plenty of seating for everybody uh, to get to go. But I look up uh, on Facebook and find events, that get posted, and to see what looks like would be fun that the kids would like to go do or whatever. And sometimes it's just like going browsing, looking at stores and seeing what they got that the kids like, and it's a help to me because it helps me to see what their interests are, and that way, when Christmas or birthdays or whatever come along, I know what I think I'm going to try to pick up for them, and usually I do a good job with it. Or, if it comes to it, I ask their mom and dad. But um,
What about
they,
Twitch guy wants
I
to know about the house, if that's okay with you.
do what?
The roof.
Do what?
Twitch guy wants to know about the
Oh,
house.
well, okay. Uh, before I ever married, I always swore I would never marry him. I would never have a house that wasn't a turnkey job, which is, a turnkey job means that the house is finished. It's done. All you have to do is just go in and live in it. However, I fell in love with a man who was Mr. Fix-It. And, and so our house has been in perpetual renovation since we moved into it. And then
How many years is that?
he passed he passed away in 2010 of pancreatic cancer. And so ever since then, from 2010 till now, I have no way to do major repairs or whatever. And one of the things, because he always did everything. He renovated the house. He redid it, and had done a lot of stuff to it. But as time went on, of course, things either get outdated or they wear out and stuff. And one
Like
of
the
the
heater?
things that you have to, yeah, the heater quit on us, so now we got space heaters all over the place. Um, the thing can be fixed, and I know that the part is somewhere in his tool shed
Oh
that
man.
he would uh, what they call cannibalize. He was a repairman, so he would save old parts of things and put them up and say, one of these days, this is, I'm going to need this, so I'm going to put it. And I used to kind of get tickled at him because he was always like that. He would store old parts and stuff and say, I'll have a use for this one day.
Oh my
And
god,
then,
Grandpa
like
was
20 years later,
he was a tool squirrel.
then, yeah, and then a tool hoarder, yeah. And then
Here was amazing.
5-10 years later, he'd go, I knew I'd have a use for this, and he would. I mean, something would whether he was always helping other folks. He would help them, fix things or build things or whatever, repair. Papa could do anything. I always swore to myself, I always knew he was so good at doing. He once told me the only thing he couldn't fix was a TV, and he didn't want to know how to do that because TVs are, you got to respect them. The electrical stuff that goes with the TV, it can get you killed.
Oh wow.
And people don't realize that. But those old timey TVs, and I didn't. When he told me that, I was just like, really? And but he's like, yeah, you have to know your stuff when you're dealing with a TV. And he said, I don't want to know how to do that, but he could fix anything else under the sun, and did.
Whenever
And
I come back, I'm definitely going in that shed to find you the piece for the heater then. Because that heater, It was never cold
that
before. It used to never get cold in
he
that house.
a year after he passed away, I called a local electrician or whatever and had him to come and inspect it because he would always at the start of the season he would always clean it out, vacuum it and clean it and make sure everything was working before he would crank it up for the season. And so knowing that he did that, I called a repairman to come out and do that for me. And the thing was an antique at the time. I mean, we moved into this house in 1968, and that heater had been in that house for I don't know how long before that. And when he passed away in 2010, well, in 2011, the repairman cleans out the heater, and he told me, I cannot believe that a heater this old is in this shape. He said, it's like a new heater. And I'm like, well, that was my husband. He maintained his stuff. Well, he hadn't been around to do that for 10 years. And things like, the roof, I need a new roof, but I don't have the money. And there's other things, that the house, like the car.
Well, you had the money. It was
What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna get into that, but you had it, and then it was butthead.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I made a decision to
trust the wrong person.
In a sense, I didn't trust him. What I trusted was that the person loved the kids enough to follow through with what he said he was gonna do, but he didn't.
And he left his grandkids in that house without a roof over it.
I don't have anyone to blame but myself. I take full responsibility for basically giving away a big bunch of money. The roof could have been fixed if if followed my instinct and said, well, gee, I'll go with somebody else. But I just kind of hoped that he would care enough for the kids, but apparently he didn't. And so what are you gonna do?
Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm helping as much as I can. And
yeah, well,
if only I had my baseball bat. I love you, Grandma. I love you, Grandma. I wouldn't do that.
No. Yeah, that's not for us to deal with.
I know. You wouldn't like me to handle things in any kind of bad way, anyways.
That's one of those situations where I let God take care of things. I'm not gonna put myself in the position of meeting out. It's
hopefully he gets a ton of bad karma. Eventually it'll catch up to him.
Well, yeah, Yeah, you're right. So that's for someone else to do. I mean, and I don't mean a human being either. I'm talking about the Lord. It's not my job. It's His, and I'll trust the Lord to do what He feels best in the situation, and just somehow, I mean, He's taken, like I said before, He's taken care of me this far, and I trust Him to take care of me the rest of the way. So that's just how I feel about it, and I'm not gonna let hard feelings take over, because that's counterproductive. I mean, they don't having bad feelings doesn't help one bit. Nothing good comes of that. I found that out the hard way growing up because of how I ended up being a foster child. When your dad abandons you and your brothers, you have a lot to feel resentful about. And it's taken me a lot of years to realize that I let that resentment uh, be the guiding factor in my life for a very long time. And I finally learned how to let go of that. And so I know, that that doesn't help you at all to be resentful and to want
Takes a lot to get
someone
you
to,
angry.
huh?
I said it
What?
takes a lot to get you angry. If someone ever makes you angry, they best know they overstepped. You're like
Well,
a saint.
no, I'm not by any stretch. Let me don't. I'm not. No. Uh, I wish I were, and I try to be.
Well,
I mean,
you're
that's
like
what
one
I'm
is what I
aiming
said.
for.
I don't know how saints work, but to me, I'm going to say you're definitely like a saint in my opinion. If any of this would have happened to me, especially with what happened with the whole roof situation, I would have got my baseball bat and went like, you best give that back. You had like to the count of 3.
And then I would be having to send you your mail to
Jail.
to a women's prison and visit you every Sunday.
Yeah.
No.
Nice pajamas,
I'm
right?
glad you don't have, that you don't have that responsibility, because obviously it wouldn't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, I do strive to be a saint, honest and truly. I mean, that's because I want to go to heaven. I got people up there that I want to see again. And the only way I'm going to get to is to try to be as good as they were. So yeah, I'm aiming to be a saint. I have no qualm about saying that, and I hope and pray that I do achieve that status. I had, when I was talking about Kathy earlier, and I was saying how she was always there for folks and stuff, for people.
Mhm.
And I remember telling her one time she had done something. There was a girl that had been, unkind to her, but she was not responding back in that way. And I told her at the time, because hey, I'm human, and I'm telling my sister, you need to just cut her loose and let her go, because this girl is not, she's not a friend to you. And she's like, well, she can't, I'm okay. And, I understand her, and all this. And I'm thinking, well, you're just letting her just run over you. And she just wouldn't back down. Kind of like what you and I have been talking about just now, about the roof. And so I finally told her, I said, well, all I got to say is, uh, you know, one thing's for sure, you're going to be, you got a spot in heaven waiting on you. And I told her, I said, when you get there, please try to see if you can help me, if you can get me in. Because if I can just get in through the gate and just be on the other side of that gate, I'll be happy, because I don't think I would earn a spot any further into,
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be like deep in. You're gonna be like high fiving, like Gandhi.
I'd be thankful just to get just on the other side of the fence, the gate. St. Peter would say, okay, just come on in, but stand right there by this.
Grandma, you are the
fence.
most accepting, kind, loving, caring person I've ever known in my entire life. Like, you are 100% Christian, but you do not judge people who have other beliefs. In fact, you love each of your grandkids who have other beliefs. Like, you support me with my Wiccan stuff. You would take me around and be like, this would be cute for, your little charms and things like that. You help me do my beliefs, even if it was, like, not yours. You accept everyone. Like, you don't care what your sexuality is, what your, preferences are, as long as you don't hurt anybody. Like, you're good. You taught me these things. You taught me that as long as someone is living happy and not hurting other people, they should just live their happy lives.
Well, the thing is, it's not my job to be a judge to anyone because I don't know what their situation is or what got them there. And so it's like I just hope and pray that they're going to end up okay. That just like me, I pray for that for myself because I know my failings and I know my shortcomings and I'm, you see me that way, but honest and truly, sweetie, I if you could get in my head, it would scare you sometimes.
Oh God, that sounds dark as hell, Grandma.
I am a human. I am a human being. I have to, I have to ask. I can be sitting around or doing something or thinking something, and something pops in my head, and then immediately I'm like, oh dear Lord, please help me. Get this out of me. The thing is that I realize that I'm being attacked by the enemy. This Satan. I mean, I'll be honest and truly and say that's what it is. I mean, the bottom line is, we're going to be fighting for our eternal soul till we draw our last breath. And that's another thing that we have to realize is that we can't ever put our guard down. We can't ever give up, and to understand that sometimes when things do happen to us that are negative, that are hard on us, that sometimes folks have a tendency, we tend to want to say, God, why would you let this happen or whatever. And the bottom line is that's not how it is. It is what it is the devil is doing it to us to make us to give up faith and to not trust, God. And so and we've had yourself, we've had a lot of stuff happen in our family through the years, and there's things that you don't even know about because you weren't around at the time.
Oh, for a moment I thought you were hiding things from me. I was like, what?
We've had some sad and some tough times to deal with, and it can be very discouraging. It could really make you want to give up. But the bottom line is when those things are happening, when it's happening like that, that's when we realize, somebody's out to get me, and it's not God. And so that's when we dig in our heels and say, don't even think about trying to get me to turn my back on the Lord, because that ain't gonna happen. And that the harder life gets for me, the harder I hang on to the Lord. And that's yourself. That is how this family is. It's not just me, but your aunts, your uncles, everybody in our family has that philosophy, and that's our standard bearer, if you will. That we know, we've got the smarts to know who the real attacker is, and so I don't care. There is nothing that can happen to us, and trust me, it has happened to us that is so bad that we would say, I'm walking away from the Lord, and it ain't gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. So, I'm human, like I said, just like everybody else, and I have my shortcomings, and I do lose. You're right. I try not to lose my temper, but there does come every once in a while. I mean, when I do it, I do sort of like, it's sort of like knee jerk. I can't help it. I don't know. I wish I could.
Well, at least you've been able to spread more love than anything else. Like I said, to me, you seem at most times always like accepting. I don't hear you judge much other than saying, oh, well, that's a bad idea. Like, I've heard you say things that are like, oh, that's probably not a good idea. You might not want to do that. But, like, you've never told me straight out that something I want to do is stupid. You're like, well, if you think you can do it, and it'll make you happy.
No, I would never. I hope I don't do that to anybody. I would never try to do that to anybody.
Yeah, like
Uh,
you were the person who said
that's
I could
not.
totally like handle myself because I remember I called you when I was wanting to move out of mom's place and I was like upset because she had yelled at me and it was not too long after some stuff had happened. I was talking to you because I don't remember why I called you
Mhm.
actually out of the blue,
Yeah.
and you were like, I know who you're strong enough to take care of yourself. If you think you can do it, you can definitely go do it. And then I did it, and you know what? I called you from my apartment,
Yep.
and I was doing good. And look at me, I'm still
Well,
doing good right now.
it.
I'm drawing.
Yeah. I've I've watched you grow up, kiddo. I've seen you, and it's like what I was saying. You know, when you were that tiny little thing that looked me up, you
I,
know,
Audra, who are you?
from way down there and said, I'm Audra, who you, and you were like, you know, that with the confidence of a grown up, and I knew then that you were a survivor, and I've watched you. Um, I know you've had it tough, your entire life, but you've always managed to find a way to get through things, and so I
My
know
grandma is
that
very
you have it
wise.
in you.
You are, they
You
say
just
you're
have to.
wise.
Oh well, thank you. I appreciate the thought. Uh, but it's being an observer. You that's one of the things when you grow up the way that I did. You find out that if you stay quiet and over sort of try to blend in with the woodwork, people will sort of leave you alone, if you know what I'm saying. Um, but then when by doing that, you watch, you get to watch and see, and hear things that people don't realize they're showing a part of themselves to you that they don't realize they're exposing, and you get to learn how to gauge people because of that, because you learn that's a skill you learn when you're somebody that's kind of quiet and keeps to themselves, sort of.
Hey, Grandma,
And
DBC wants to know if
it's
you can be their grandma too.
sure, why not? I'm proud to. Yeah, I I can do this. I tell you why. My mom. It's a skill my mom has taught me because she's that way. The mom that adopted me. Uh, she has a sign on her wall that says that there's no stranger comes into this house, and she is serious about that. She loves people, and anybody that comes to her home, it's like home to them. And anybody that joins our family is family forever. you know Things do happen, people do get divorces, and we've only lost one person, but that was their choice, because when someone becomes a part of us, they stay a part of us unless they choose not to be. The choice is up to them. And this one person, they just didn't want to be a part of us anymore. And but we didn't, we don't resent them or anything. But it's just like, well, we're not going to make them. You can't make somebody love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sorry,
So
I got a little distracted. Someone said the character I'm drawing looks like they're trying to poop.
so anyway, it's
uh,
but yeah, I mean, and that's my mom. I mean, she she had 7 kids, and I make the 8th. And then on top of that, she had all the neighborhood kids, and and then when the grandkids started coming, she they stayed over at grandma's all the time. So this is a family tradition. Yeah, there's plenty of room in our hearts for anybody that wants to get in it.
So, Dylan, basically also, well, not basically, Dylan says you, remind them so much of their grandmother that passed away.
Oh,
He's
that's so
DBC,
sweet.
by the way.
Uh, how how long ago was it that his grandma passed away?
I think you mentioned it earlier. Let me look up the stream. It was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it was at the beginning of the stream.
Well,
They just now mentioned that
that
you
makes
are like their grandma.
well. Thank you. That's a high compliment because I'm sure
It
that
was
she
in
was a wonderful lady.
2012.
Oh, okay. Um, I remember telling somebody one time that I wanted to. I love watching the grandkids and the great grandkids growing up, and it's like I do want to go to heaven, but it's like you also want to be around to watch the kids grow up and do whatever and have their own kids and everything. And I remember telling somebody one time, I said, you know what? I would be happy just to be a dried up old prune in a corner somewhere just watching the kids.
And when Christmas comes around, we'll put some tinsel on you.
Yeah,
wrap
right.
you in
I mean,
tinsel
it just
for
like
Christmas.
set me in a corner and just make sure that I can see everybody, and I'd just be happy as a clam.
Oh my god. We'll give you some eggnog and a straw.
Oh, well, you can keep the eggnog.
What?
I'm not a fan of eggnog. But you know what? This Christmas, when I would go to the store and I would see the cases at Walmart, I think of you and the eggnog, and I wish I could have bought you some.
I wanted some. My friend bought me some, but I kept talking about it. I was like, you know what I did last year? Last year I asked for eggnog for Christmas for my grandma, and she got me it. And you know what I did? I photobombed every photo, making it look like I was chugging it throughout the night. I was bragging about the eggnog that you bought me last year. I was like, I had the whole jug of it, and I would just hold it up every time someone was taking
Well,
a
I would have
picture.
bought you if I could have figured out how to ship. If I could have figured out how to ship you some, I would have.
I actually
I
ended
don't
up
think it
making
would have turned
eggnog
out into butter.
cheesecake. I made
It would have turned into buttermilk.
I made eggnog cheesecake actually during the holidays.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know there was such a thing.
it's instead of milk you put eggnog. Only thing is it tasted like shit and I didn't like it.
Oh no!
I didn't like it.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
I don't know if I got the wrong kind of eggnog or if the recipe was just horrible, but it was just as bad as Thanksgiving when I made I made cheesecake and I picked it up and it came up like a brick. I tried calling you for that, but you were somewhere else because I ended up talking to like, no, you were at Grandma Billy's. You were at Grandma Billy's, and I told them to let you know that I said hi and to tell you about my cheesecake. But I used bread flour instead of normal flour for Thanksgiving, and then I used almond milk instead of normal milk. And then by the time it was done, it came up as one giant piece. You couldn't cut it. I told knock jokes on the side of it.
Oh my God.
The eggnog one was just not sweet enough.
I'd want to make some just to see what the heck the stuff looked like.
Oh no, you don't want to make my cranberry one. The cranberry one is the one that came out hard because I used the wrong kind of flour. It became like a brick. But the eggnog one, I want to remake it, but I want to add sugar to it because the recipe didn't call for sugar. Apparently, the taste was fine for other people, but I'm used to sweet. I'm used to sweet things.
Yeah.
I could send you the recipe, but I don't think you can buy eggnog anymore right now. I'm pretty sure the stores have already sold out.
I'm not gonna try to make it. Oh, hey, that reminds me. When Aunt Carla was in elementary school,
eggnog is so good.
Were for Thanksgiving. They were her class the teacher had them doing stuff. They were trying to duplicate some of the recipes from the Thanksgiving, and one of them was mustard day muster muster mustard day uh, gingerbread.
I don't
And
know
she
if I
wrote
like
down
the
the
sound of
recipe.
that.
Well, she wrote the recipe down and brought it home, and so I was reading it, and I thought, hey, this would work, and so she decided, she wanted to try to make it at home, and so I'm like, okay, we can do this, and so I let her make it, and she and she made it, and the stuff was so hard, none of us could eat it. We couldn't. We were afraid we were going to break a tooth.
This is Lexi,
And
right?
we're like, and felt bad because she was like hoping that it would turn out okay, and so you're trying to figure out how you're gonna keep from making your fifth grade daughter feeling bad because her recipe didn't turn out. So we kept and I was saying, well, we could paint them because they were so hard, So I'm thinking,
Oh,
well, we
God.
could paint them and make ornaments out of them. So we were gonna do that. Well, at the time, that was when we had Wilderness, our German Shepherd Collie.
Oh no, this
And
isn't sounding too good.
She had set, no, actually, she had set the plate down with the gingerbread cookies there. She had cut them out, little gingerbread man. And Wilderness got one.
Oh no.
And man, she loved those things. So we wound up she wound up letting Wilderness have them for dog treats. And I still have that recipe.
What were they made out of?
I was, huh?
What were they made out
of? It was supposed to be gingerbread.
Oh man.
And it was called Mustard Day Gingerbread because muster means like to prepare, to get ready for stuff. So I don't know.
Oh, I thought
exactly,
you let the dog eat mustard gingerbread.
No,
like
MUSTER,
yellow.
like mustard. It's usually you hear the word in reference to military, like
Grind
they're
it up?
mustering out for to prepare to go to battle or whatever. And I don't know what it, but it had something to do with the Pilgrims, at the time because that was a recipe from back in those days.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the reference is, but
Minor Matt
anyway,
says if it comes out like a brick, grind it up. Make like a powder.
I even thought about. I've thought about. I came across a recipe earlier when I was looking for some stuff for the holidays, and I came across a recipe and I thought, hey, it'd be neat to make these for Harley. Make them for Harley.
You might want to double check the recipe though, just to make sure none of it's sickly to dogs.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I will. It didn't hurt Wilderness, but she was a big dog.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, Harley's an ugly pug. She's tiny. She got those bulge eyes. You don't want them to come out anymore. If they come out of her head anymore, it's gonna be googly eyes.
Oh, bless her little heart. She didn't mean that, Harley.
Oh God, is Harley there? Did she hear me? Oh no.
Yeah.
Where's Tippy?
Harley's right here.
Tippy.
Snoozing away.
Oh, I should have realized she'd be napping in your lap. Tippy, come here. Oh, did I tell you, by the way? Brett says I might be able to get a puppy.
Really?
He says, okay.
Oh, well, that'd be awesome.
So, I was talking about it because Tippy's 13 years old now, and I want her to have a friend for, like, the rest of however long she lives. I don't know how long she's going to live. I'm not jinxing it, so I'm not going to say any number. But I want her to have a friend, and then that way I also have a pet with me once something happens to her, and I won't be crying by myself and be like, I'm never ever getting another dog again. But he told me, he made it a joke as to, if I get like 1,000 followers, or 100,000 followers on TikTok, I can have a puppy.
100,000?
Yeah, right now I'm at like 19,000.
making it easy on you, isn't he?
No. Oh man, I've been.
Only have to get 100.
Yeah, I only gotta get
A mere
100,000.
100,000.
I was like, are you sure you don't want to do like 50,000? 50,000 sounds so difficult as is. We don't want to overdo it. And he's like, nah. You want a puppy? You get there. I was like, fine. Don't doubt me. I'm determined.
He's gonna feel funny when you end up with 100,000
Yeah.
followers.
I am determined
It
because
can happen.
I'm gonna get a mutt from somewhere. I don't want a full breed. I don't want a purebred. I'm just gonna go get a mutt from somewhere and train it
Well,
just like I did Tippy.
From a rescue.
Yeah.
You know,
Only thing I gotta
the
make
puppy.
sure that its temperament is okay because if it becomes an ESA eventually.
Yeah.
English
Well, I guess you
settlers
could
are
do some
very
research to
difficult.
find out which kind of dogs are best for that kind of thing.
Well,
you know,
if you go to
that way
rescues, they do temperament tests on animals. They have to, so they can tell people like,
okay.
hey, this dog's not good around other dogs. This good's not. Like they have to do a temperament test, so that when they rehome them, they're able to tell them how the dogs are.
See.
I just need a dog that is.
That's good.
You know, I need a dog that is low on aggression, like pretty much none, which would be kind of hard to find at a shelter, but I'm going to look for shelters before I start looking at dogs that need to be rehomed. Because there's a lot of people around here who rehome their animals because I'm near an Air Force base. And a lot of people have to rehome their pets because they're getting deployed places where they can't take them.
Yeah, because they move away or something. They move away.
So I'm going to be looking into shelters first, then rehoming.
Let me interrupt for a second. Is there anything that anybody wants to ask?
Does anyone have any questions for my grandma? Any kind of questions you want to ask? What's her darkest humor joke? Has she ever killed anybody? Things like that. I'm getting those.
Say this. Oh, is that?
No, that's not a question. That's not a question. No one's asking if you've ever killed anybody. I was just saying, guys, y'all have a question, and then I said, are y'all gonna ask if she's ever killed anybody? That was me. That was me talking, Grandma.
Oh, hey.
Why are you?
No,
what?
We had. Wait. No, but Ace and I had some people sitting a few tables from us at a Denny's that thought we did.
Oh my God! I know what you're talking about. Oh my God! Do you want to tell them or do you want me to tell them?
Well, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my grandma has never killed anybody, but she likes to write like murder mystery kind of stories in her like free time. And we were sitting at Denny's, and she was talking about one. And she was talking in, I kind of guess, first person in a way, from her character's point of view about, you know, a person being in the trunk of the car. And I looked behind her, and I noticed there was, like, a teenager, I guess you'd say, like, maybe 15, 16, looking horrified towards our table. And I was like, Grandma, that kid behind you has heard everything, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't realize this is a book idea. And Grandma fucking loved it.
Okay, well, see what it was is I was telling Ace about my story, the story that I had come up with, and I would share it with y'all, but I plan to write it, so I don't want to give away story,
spoilers,
you know, stuff. But anyway, I was explaining to her, you know, telling her what the storyline was, and I told her I got up to, you know, had gotten up to a certain point in putting the mystery together, but I had run into you know, I'm stuck here. I don't know where to go from here. And so A started to offer some suggestions. Well, she came up with some good ones. And we were really fleshing out, you know, like from that point on, what would happen in the story. And I got excited. Well, when I get excited, I tend to get a little louder when I'm talking. and I guess that I had got loud enough that I could be overheard from from where those people were sitting, and because I had my back to them, I didn't realize that they were listening in, and I remember there was something said that I said something about, yeah, and then when they get the body out of the car or something to that effect, and that's when Asa went, oh my gosh, those people over there think you're talking about a real murder.
Yeah, their expression on their face was
see.
pure horror.
Yeah. So it was like, oh dear.
I was like, the people behind you definitely hear you, and it sounds like you're plotting a murder.
Yeah, I had no idea. Well, I was. Truth be known, I was plotting a murder.
Yeah, for your book.
On paper.
Elon says he never knew you wrote murder mystery stories. Am I the only grandchild who knows about this? I feel special.
Say that again?
Elon says, I never knew she wrote murder mystery stories.
Well, actually, I guess I just never got around to telling you about it. Actually, I've written different genres. I've written sci-fi. I've got some sci-fi written.
Kind of.
Let's see what I've written one that the novel is more like a supernatural type thing, because I love all kinds of genres. I read voraciously. I love to read, and so I love to write stories. And I mean, honest and truly, I would love to be. My dream has always been to be a published writer, and so I started seriously doing some writing. I haven't done any in a while, but I come up with ideas all the time, and so I try to write down what I can so I don't forget what my idea is. I'll write a little synopsis, and but yeah, I mean, I love to. I've got like I said, that murder mystery. I'd like to get that one going. And
wait, someone asked a question. Well, wait, moment, Grandma. Someone said, did she get her car fixed or a new one? She has not. Grandma has not gotten her car fixed, nor has she gotten a new one. I've only had her GoFundMe up since September. And within this stream and the last stream, we've made $134. I forgot the number. Do you remember, Grandma?
I think you said it was 134.
Oh, I know who that is. Oh, that's Brett's mom. Hi.
What?
It's Brett's mom.
What?
I said I know who it is. Hi.
Oh, hello.
I am drawing. But yeah, the car has not been fixed, nor has it been repaired. She's taken it to get repairs a few times, but it breaks a lot. Like, how many times did you go and get the air conditioning fixed before you gave up?
Actually, what thankfully, knock on wood, if I had any around me, the car itself is, I mean, it's so far the motor's held up, it's doing okay, but keeping my fingers crossed. What's breaking down is things like the windows don't roll down, the headliner is coming apart. It's starting to hang down, so I got to figure out what to do about gluing it back up. There's something I don't know what's making it happen, but water has started coming into into the cabin. It started coming in on the passenger side, and now it's doing it on the driver's side as well when it rains, or if I take it to the car wash. So I hadn't been able to get it washed because water would run down. I think it's coming in through the wind. I don't know what the heck the deal is. And then the air conditioner decided to go out on me, and I took it to a young man that does work on the side, and he did one repair job, and it worked for 2 weeks, and oh, we're thrilled, and then it just quit again. So I saved up the money, and he did some another repair work on it, and he replaced a part, and that thing lasted a day. And I had told him that when I took it to him the second time, he said, I hope this will take care of the problem. And I said, me too, because I said, if it doesn't, I said, I'm just going to have to stop, because I can't afford to spend any more money on it, and and not know that it's going to, be fixed.
Minor
And sure
Matt says
enough, it didn't
RW40
even
might
last.
help with the windows.
Oh, you think?
That's what they said.
WD-40. One possibility.
RW40, not WD. RW40.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'll
pretty
check
sure
into
your
that.
motors are like dead in your windows, but
Yes.
it doesn't hurt
Somebody
to
was
try.
saying that. Yeah, I was told by somebody, that works on cars, that there was a good chance that the motors was out. I mean, the car is from an '07, and it's 2020, so I guess it's the motor would eventually croak.
Yeah.
And it might have. I don't know. You know, and the um, CD player, it decided to shut down on me. It's cranked up again for some reason. Uh,
Oh
so
man,
I was
I
able to
forgot
play
about the
my
volume
my
knob
Christmas.
error.
Yeah, I would. The radio works, but the CD player doesn't. And although at Christmas, uh, it decided it would, and so I was playing. I've been playing my
Christmas
Christmas
CDs.
CDs. So I'm tickled about that.
You still listening to
And
Grandma got
but
run over by a reindeer?
it it'll probably go out again.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, we played it. Oh, uh, one of the things, I found a copy, a CD of the audio for um, the Grinch Stole Christmas special, the old one, the cartoon one with
Oh
Boris
wow.
Karloff. That is awesome. Listening to Boris Karloff tell you the story of the Grinch on a CD. Just the audio. I love the guy. It's so neat. The kids love it. Every time we get in there, that's what they want to play. And then I have a Duck Dynasty Christmas
Oh my
CD that's
god.
really good.
Where did you
Those
find
people
that?
can sing. Oh, they came out with it a few years ago, and it's actually good. They
Duck Dynasty is
they
still
do a pretty good
around?
job. Well, yeah, they're on. Yeah, I think they're on reruns. I'm not sure if they're still putting out any new episodes. But and then another one that I really love, is it's Handsome. Bop from back in the day when they were kids. These guys are grown now and probably have grandkids, but they put out when they were popular, when they were young, when they were teenagers. They came out with a Christmas CD that is awesome. I love it because it rocks. I mean, it's not. I love the sentimental stuff, but these songs that they have on their CD, and they have such great voice. Their voices are wonderful, but they're really fun. I mean, they're like you know, it's really neat riding around, looking at stuff, and listening to these guys just rocking Christmas. I love it.
Well, I'm glad you're
So
being
anyway,
able to do that. That's a good thing. It's a
yeah,
Christmas miracle.
it'll go out on me again. It'll go out on me again, but hey, I'm enjoying it while it's deciding to
It's
go
like, all
to
right, you've
work.
had enough. No more for you.
Yeah, it's like I'll take whatever I can get. Thank you.
Well, I bet the boys had a bunch of fun being able to listen to all your Christmas CDs. I know you have like a ton of them. I don't
Yeah,
think you'll
they
ever
had.
run out.
Well, actually, the only thing they really listened to was the Grinch, with Boris Karloff. When that thing comes on, they're glued to it. the rest of the time they're laughing and saying stuff to each other, that boys do,
Yeah.
for some dumb reason. You know how boys have a way of saying things that are inappropriate.
Like just yelling
and you're
fart
like,
in the middle of a conversation for no reason
there
because
you
they're
go.
6-year-olds and
There
I
you
don't
go.
even know.
Yeah. But I took them riding around looking at Christmas lights, and they had a ball. And then we stopped at Wendy's and got the Frosties and
Hey.
some Baconator potato French fries and just had a really great time. They had a great time. They really enjoyed it.
I'm glad they're having. I'm glad you can ride around with them right now. I was really sad because I was like, I know. I thought that the heater and the air conditioner were out. I was like, she won't be able to take them around to go see Christmas lights, and that's gonna make her really sad. I thought you were gonna be depressed. I was like, that's.
Well, I was going to be freezing. Yeah, and it would have been depressed not to be able to do that. I was kind of worried about that when the season was changing
Oh, Elan's
because I
offended,
didn't know
Grandma. He
I
said
didn't
you
know
went
if
to
the
Wendy's
heater was
without
going to
Elan.
be out. And but as it turned out, it wasn't. It's not. It hadn't affected the heater part. So I'm real tickled about that because it would. I've been in the van when the heater was out, and that's no fun.
Yeah. It was really cold last winter there. I was worried about that. I was like, I'm not comfortable if she doesn't have it.
It's actually been pretty good, really. It's been more of a like in the 60s and almost 70 degrees
That's what we've
some
had
days.
here. I can wear shorts.
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been too awful, and I pray a lot because the last thing in the world I need is snow, and
Hey,
everybody
Grandma, we have
wants
a
it to
question for
snow.
you.
Oh, okay.
Miner says, with the windows, does it just not work or does it make noise?
It doesn't. Uh, it doesn't make noise. What happened? It's I had rolled it up, and then when I got in it again, I was gonna roll it down, and it wouldn't go. It wouldn't do anything, and it didn't make any noise at all. So after a while, I quit trying to work it because I was afraid it would go down, and then I wouldn't be able to get it back up. So I have left it alone. I don't play with it because I'm afraid to. I'm afraid I'm gonna wind up stuck with windows halfway down or something.
By the way, Elan says, Wendy's without me. You betrayed his trust, Grandma. You betrayed his trust.
Tell him we are on for Wendy's.
He can hear you.
As soon as he wants, I am so tickled that he can go because I know he hadn't felt like it for a while. So that's wonderful. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do this before you have to go back to school. Well, you don't have to. I forgot.
Did you just forget he's homeschooled? Did you just
I can take you
forget he's homeschooled, Grandma?
Yeah.
Let's go before you have to go back to homeschool.
Well, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Elan says I'm always down to go anywhere, anytime.
I know, and I'm so glad of that. That's great. I love that.
That's like me.
Yeah.
You were like, "Are you ready? Are you wanting to go?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." Where are we going? Walmart, Goodwill? I don't care.
We have fun. We always have a good time. Doesn't matter where we go or what we do.
We just go we used to just go walking around, me, her, and Tippy. Like after therapy, I did therapy every Monday, and we'd go, and then afterwards we just walk around places. We wouldn't like spend money much. We would just walk, look at things, talk. And like we used to do that when I was in high school too. After school, she'd take me to go look at candles and stuff.
Yeah, and don't forget, I was telling somebody not too long ago about us going go Pokemoning.
Oh my God, yeah. My grandma doesn't really like play Pokemon Go, but she memorized where the stops were. Was like, hey, we're heading like home. Do you want to like go towards this stop, that stop, that stop, that stop, and then we can loop around and hit the other 3 stops on the way home? I was like, heck yeah, yeah, I want to do that.
Not only that, but a lot of that riding around to get whatever. I don't know. I still don't know what the heck it is you got when you went and did what you did to get what you got. But
I got Pokemon, Grandma.
You know, I would pick her up from work. What about midnight? Around 11:30 or midnight.
This was last
and then
year,
it's like,
2 years.
You want to go do this? And she's like, yeah. And I take her. We sort of developed the route. We started figuring out where the things were at.
Like the quickest ones to hit.
What is it? They were
Pokestops.
The gyms. Did you call them gyms?
Yeah. Gyms and Pokestops.
And we figured out where they were all at, and then and so I would drive, and she would tell me. She was the navigator, and she'd say, okay, over here is one. So I'd head that way, and we would make this round, and we'd ride around for an hour or two. After, I guess we'd be getting home, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
But she'd be getting all her stuff that she needed to get. Obviously, I don't have a clue what she was doing, but
I remember at one time I asked you why you did it, and you were like, I just enjoy driving around, and we hit the spots, and then you're so happy, and then we get to talk, and I was like, that's so wholesome.
We had, and one of the places that we found out where there was a gym or whatever you want to call it, was a cemetery that's near our home, and she had found one. There was about 3 or 4 places there where you could get your points or whatever.
There's a ton in the cemetery.
She's like, I don't know about this, and I'm going, hey, no problem, and in we went. And the only thing that concerned me was that, if we're riding around in there, that the police might show up wanting to know what we were doing there. But nobody ever did.
I looked at her and I was like, I don't think we're supposed to be in here. She's like, it's fine. Let's catch them Pokemon. You got more into it than I did. You were like, let's go. Who's going to tell? The dead people?
And those are great memories to me. I still driving around town, and I'll run past some of those places, and I think about the good times we had doing that, and that little church in remember across from Yoli's, that we're always pulling into their parking lot and getting the points.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And then I remember we went to Starbucks a few times, and we got the secret Starbucks drink. Remember?
Yeah, that's
the Pokemon
right.
Go
hey, I'm glad
drink.
You mentioned them. Do you remember the name of the drink that I like? You used to remember it, because I don't remember what it was. And
are you talking about the ultimate caramel drink? Your ultimate caramel macchiato frappe or something like that?
Something. I don't remember. It was some kind of. It was good. It was sweet. It had a sweet flavor.
I know that you drank the caramel drink a few times. I'm thinking you're talking about the ultimate caramel frappe.
Yeah. I think it was ultimate caramel something or other.
Yeah, and that's the one.
It had something in it that was good. If you could message that to me, I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Would have got it, during December, they had the buy one, get one free thing.
Oh, they did?
Going on. And I would have got me one, but I didn't remember what it was, so I couldn't order, the thing, because that's about the only one I like.
You should have called me. I'd always answer unless I'm, doing something, and if I am, I'd always call back after. Your button the button on your window doesn't light up, right? It never lit up, did it?
What's that?
On your window? Does the button on
What?
the window light up right now, or did it at one time? Because I'm pretty sure it's never lit up, but you might know better than me.
I don't ever remember seeing a button light up in the window at all.
Yeah.
If it ever did, it had to have died before I got the van.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't remember. I don't think my van has those pops and whistles to it.
So nursive.
I think it's pretty basic vehicle, you know.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't splurge on a light for that one. Because I've never had a light on the window that I can think of.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing a light, so I was wondering about that. I answered no light, but I was like, I should double check. Because my memory is bad.
I don't have one. I don't remember ever having had one either.
Let's see. On a
And
flower
both the windows
farm.
don't work. The passenger one went out first, and then the one on the driver's side decided to. So both of them stay up all the time.
You know what? I'm surprised you've had such a quiet time on this phone. I was expecting the boys to run in at some point, even though Dad told them not to.
Well, you're right. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
This
well,
is
God
the longest
bless them.
you've gone without having the boys run back there.
I am going to have to reward them for that, because that is sweet of them to, keep themselves entertained while I'm doing this. Because you know them, they love to get in on whatever you're up to.
Oh yeah, and it's been like
Especially
what?
Charlie.
It's been 2 hours of you not being bugged by them.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 2 hours and a minute.
Are you?
Because I called you as soon as my stream started, and pretty much it says it's been 2 hours on my stream.
Wow. I hope I still have some. I can't tell. I don't see the how much power I still have. I'm afraid to try to look. I might disconnect you or something.
You should be able to press the home button and check it without disconnecting. Your phone's kind of old. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm afraid to try. I'm afraid I'll mess something up. Although I don't know, maybe everybody would go, please push the button and mess something up.
No,
it
seems like everyone's enjoying you being here. I don't think anyone's not enjoying listening to you and hearing you. And I mean, you've adopted someone during the stream, so like, what? You gained a grandchild.
Have added to the grandkids. Yay.
You've gained a grandchild. You've adopted people during this stream. I don't think anyone's not wanting to talk to you.
Okay.
But
well, if anybody wants to say something, please do. I'd be tickled to hear what anybody has to say.
You mean have me read what they have to say? They can't talk.
Well, I mean to you. I mean you can relay it to me.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with because I don't want to interrupt you, but I also try to read once in a while. So I've interrupted you a few times to let you know what someone said.
Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever you want to do. I'm game.
You're just like, yeah, bring it. But yeah, no, I don't think anyone's wanting you to hop off or anything. I mean, if you want to hop off to like do your own thing, feel free to. I don't want to keep you. Like, I don't want to disturb your night, but you're not disturbing my night or my stream, Grandma. You're good. You know I love talking to you.
Okay. Well, I'm enjoying it, and I appreciate the fact that anybody wants to listen. That's really sweet. I appreciate that.
But you should probably check your battery. If it disconnects, you can always call me back, just to make sure you don't need to go grab your charger. Because Elon's also asking how your battery's doing.
How my Well, okay, I'll give it a go.
Just press.
Let me see.
Press the home button. It should show you your menu.
Oh, it's at 60%.
60. Oh, you're good.
Okay, so how do I?
Oh, how your battery's doing for the van. He wants to know how your battery's doing for the van. I thought he meant the phone.
Oh, hey. it charged up. I would say within an hour and a half. I think y'all hooked it up at 8 o'clock, 8ish, something like that, and it and Uncle Damien went out to smoke and came back in and told me, he said it's reading at full, and I was like, really? And it was sometime after 9 o'clock. It was, so I would say that it probably charged up in within an hour and a half at least.
That's awesome.
And, I was amazed. I was like, wow, that's, yeah.
Miner Matt says that you should stream.
Says what?
Miner Matt says you should stream.
I should stream? Is that what you said?
Yeah, stream. That's what I'm doing. Where I'm videotaping what I'm doing. There's these things called podcasts you could do. It's where you get to talk to a bunch of people. Basically what you're doing now. You talk and people listen, they watch you, they comment and stuff like that. I feel like that would actually probably be really fun for you.
I don't know. If I could, you could do it myself.
Hold up. Your internet's doing that thing. What did you say? Your internet cut out a little bit.
Do what?
Your internet did the robot
Oh, okay.
voice.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. I think you and I work together well doing something like this. Because you can keep things going.
We keep each other keeping things going too.
Yeah, right. Remember when I don't know what app it was, but
it was LiveMe. We actually used to stream together. Yeah, on LiveMe. We would stream our outings.
We were going. I had fun doing that with you.
Well, there is this thing called co-streaming.
I lost you there.
There is this thing called co-streaming, where basically two people stream together when they're in like different places.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Only thing is your internet, you probably had to do it on a computer, and your computer's still not working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because your phone isn't strong enough to stream. Hello, Pineapple. Aw.
Hey, kiddo.
Yes, Grandma?
I'm gonna have to make a mad dash, if you know what I'm saying.
All right. Do you want to call me back?
So, yeah, I think I want to do. I can do that.
All right.
But let me go ahead and go right quick. I don't know how to cut you off.
Oh, I'll hang up. It's okay. I'll hang up.
You cut me?
I got it.
You cut me off, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay, love you. Alright. So, yeah, that's my grandma. She'll be back in a minute. You two can make a great Yeah, we have a lot of fun talking to each other. I used to, whenever we would go out on errands and stuff, I would stream on LiveMe, and she'd join in, and we would just talk and stream. Karina has left. Oh, Hope is so cute. Isn't Hope cute? Oh, well, how long was she visiting? I lost track of time. I want to podcast someday. You would be a great podcaster. How long was she visiting for? I don't remember. 16 days? That's quite a bit visit. What all did y'all do? Did y'all have a good visit? Trip? I know y'all had some exercise. A lot of exercise. It's always fun to go to the gym together, isn't it? See, Hope is so cute. And isn't she? Look at her. She's like, oh my goodness. Welcome back. My grandma had to hop off for a little bit. She's gonna call me back in a second. You think you'll be on VR chat again? I actually have it on my schedule. I think I scheduled it for Friday. One second, let me check. Band. By the way, if anyone's wanting my my schedule, I had the link on the Discord. See, you took my advice and went to the gym, Pineapple. Sure. Best 16 minutes of my life. Aww. Thought you said that she possibly might move in with you, though. Did y'all talk about that at all? Today is Friday? Well, then shoot. It was supposed to be today, VR chat. Yeah, today was supposed to be VR chat. It's okay. Tomorrow I'll swap. I didn't do VR chat. Well, I didn't do the game stream I was going to do was because I didn't want to focus on talking to you guys, Grandma, and other, like, people. Pretty sure I remembered that I was supposed to do VR chat today. I was going to do VR chat, Nier Automata, or drawing. Those were my options. And I was like, Nier Automata, I might get too distracted gaming. VR chat, I might get too distracted talking to people. Yeah, so tomorrow I will do VR chat instead of drawing because basically what I'm doing is I'm swapping Friday and Saturday. So tomorrow I will be doing VR chat. So she may have broke the down connector, the window switch, so she can still roll it up but never down unless the connector is fixed. After work for me, okay for you? Yeah, I mean, I'll just hop on, and whenever you want to hop on too, you just hit me up and just be like, yo, I'm on, and then we can go terrorize people together. Because that's the best part of VR chat, is terrorizing people. At least in my opinion. Walking around doing a cute little lolly voice. And saying horrible, scary things. Soma is also going to get you stressed. Yeah, that's another reason why I didn't do Soma. It wasn't an option today. I was like, I'm not in the mood to have a heart attack. Suffering while playing Soma. Oh my god, yes, I suffered a lot. And today I was really stressed out after getting off the phone with Brett because apparently they had to up security on base where he's stationed while he's deployed. And I was like, that doesn't sound like a good thing. That sounds like a bad thing. And I was like, my friends can help me. Hides in a bush quietly. Don't you have a emoji for that? You have an emoji for hiding in a bush. I've only ever seen you use it once. There we go. I was wondering, like, he probably deleted it. He didn't like it. He must hate it. He didn't even use it. But, I am honestly surprised, by the way, that my grandma didn't break down bawling when we told her. Because when she was at the store, she was crying, and I was like, oh no. Do not do that to me. Too. Oh my goodness. Why does Little Nightmare sound familiar? I think I tried to buy that game and it wouldn't download onto my laptop. That was last year though. By the way, I am very confused when and where a game came from. There's a game on Brett's desktop that I swear I've never seen before. It's right underneath Soma, and it's a VR horror simulator. Like, it's a submersive horror game. I swear I just heard footprints. Oh, it's upstairs neighbors. I was like, I swear I just heard someone walking behind me. Grandma's back! Welcome back, Grandma.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody.
I'm at 58%.
How did you go from 60 to 58 so fast?
Well, I mean, you know, it's my phone. What can I tell you?
Yeah, your phone goes from 50 to 0 in 2 seconds.
It's actually taking a little longer than what it used to. So, well, not this one. This one never, you know, the old one. The old one would do that. This one is more inclined to be a little generous.
Well, that's good.
But anyway, so what have you been...
we were talking about some games that I found on my computer. Miner says it could have been gifted, but Brett says that that's probably not an option because gifted gifts need to be accepted, and he didn't accept it. I didn't accept it, So we're both very confused where the game came from because we also don't even own a
Uh-oh.
VR headset.
Well, then ditch it because it may be a virus laden.
That's not Steam doesn't have stuff like that. It's filled with video games. There's a video game that popped in on his thing and he doesn't remember it. I don't remember it. And it's a VR headset game. It apparently is a good one, but we're confused as to where it came from, and I'm thinking he probably gave his login to one of his friends. And they did that,
Might have.
maybe? And maybe he forgot?
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
That's probably good.
But what's funny is it's
Yeah.
a horror video game. It's a terrifying game. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. A random scary game pops up on your computer. That doesn't sound like a horror movie at all.
Oh,
And
it's I'm telling you, yeah.
it's a self-submersive
one
one, Grandma, which is like a VR headset. You know, those little head things where you are put into it, kind of.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to put myself into a horror game that just randomly appeared on my computer. That sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna get sucked in.
It sure does.
That sounds like a basis to a 2020 horror
like
movie.
Run. Yeah.
Run.
No.
Burn the whole computer. It's haunted.
That's funny.
Gotta scrap it. It's obviously possessed by the grudge.
Oh, gee. Oh, okay. I'm not. You know me. I'm not into the
Scary.
current horror stuff.
Oh, that's old. That's an
Yeah.
old movie, and it still scares me. I rewatched it not too long ago.
Well,
Oof.
but it's one of the ones that I, in spite of the fact that it is old, it's that kind that I'm not a fan of.
You're not a fan of
You know
scary
me,
things.
I'm all about. Yeah, the scariest I want it to be is 1960, 1970, maybe. You know.
I actually have not told my grandma about the comic I'm drawing. Hey, Grandma, do you want to hear about the comic I'm drawing? I haven't posted anything about
Sure.
I haven't posted anything about it on Facebook, so I don't think you've heard about it. I might post some
No,
stuff
I
on
won't.
Instagram. I came up with this doodle. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll send you a picture of it. Oh wait, yeah, I'll send you a picture of it. You're gonna have to go to the chat again. Just tap the bubble in the top
Okay.
left corner, and it should take you back to the chat.
Oh. Top left corner. Okay.
Yeah, top left
there
corner.
you are.
See, that's much easier, isn't it?
I'm getting good.
Yeah, you've advanced.
Ultimate caramel frappe.
Yeah. But
Okay.
these
Oh.
characters, I doodled them during a stream. It was called doodling. That was the stream. I didn't plan them out, but based on this character, that's the same person, by the way. It's a young version of her and then an older version of her. Based off
Okay.
this, we came up with the idea that she's an orphan who finds a shooting star and is trying to take it back to like the sky.
Oh.
Her and her friend Lance are the only two orphans left in the orphanage because this is the past, you know, back when people would die of starvation and the
Yeah.
plague, things like that. So they're the only two left in the
Okay.
orphanage. And this is the day her friend gets adopted, she finds the star and decides to take it to the sky. She's returning the star to the sky. Well,
Okay.
this is where it gets dark, Grandma. This is
Oh dear.
it gets dark. It turns
No.
okay. So the star isn't really a star; it's her soul,
Oh,
and she's taking
gee.
it to heaven, where she runs
Oh.
into the moon goddess who adopts her. Well, she
Oh,
runs
okay,
into her
well-
friend Lance, the one I mentioned, about halfway through the trip to the top of the mountain to give her the star to the sky. He lost his star.
Oh no.
Yes, she was told he was adopted, but he actually died. And there's this shadow creature that's trying to steal people's stars, and his star was stolen, meaning he is stuck in limbo.
Oh no.
Oh, the
Oh
way you
dear.
gasped. But so she makes it to the end, and she gives her star to the moon goddess, who turns her into the moon princess. She's adopted. She becomes the heir of the moon. Well, the shadow creature decides he needs an heir as well, and takes her friend, the boy who's stuck in limbo.
Lance.
Yeah, Lance. So she becomes the moon goddess. Lance becomes the heir of the shadows. So they basically become enemies. And then we started on like a second part where there's a revolution, and her mother, the moon goddess, is impaled.
No.
Oh God, just no. Her mother gets impaled. Her adopted mother of the moon goddess, is impaled, and she becomes the new moon goddess. And she takes 3 children's souls and turns them into knights. You know, like sword kind of, knights who protect. One of the children becomes the knight of the sky, the knight of the day, the knight of the dawn, and the knight of the night. And each of the children, they're all dead, because to become anything involving the sky, they have to die.
Oh, okay.
And this is a comic for children, by the way.
Oh, lovely.
One of them starves to death, one of them is abused, and the last one is neglected. But they become stronger, and their whole thing is they're protecting the new moon goddess, which is the orphan from the first story, Hope.
Right.
Her name is Hope.
Yeah.
So basically,
oh, is that her name?
Yeah, her name is Hope. Hope and Lance.
Okay.
So basically, I created a story where you follow the journey of a young girl taking a star to the sky. You do not know she is dead, though, until the very end at the credits, where you see her body laying in the orphanage.
Aww.
It's very sad. And right now I'm drawing a comic based on them before this happened, and Hope is handing Lance a flower crown, and he's like, "No, I can't wear that. I'm a tough boy." And then she gives him these puppy dog eyes, and then he's like, "Oh no." And then he leans over and lets her put the flowers on his head, and then she hugs him. Well, whenever you hear that he's adopted, next to his bed is going to be the dried flowers from the flower crown he made, that she made him.
Oh.
And then once he becomes the prince of the shadows, the heir of the shadows, he's going to go back to his room, or to the tombstone he's at, and take the flower crown and wear it. He's going to walk around wearing a dead flower crown, like just a dried out flower crown.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the opposite of her.
It's like a bittersweet thing, because now they're enemies, but this was something he made for her. He's wearing it to be spiteful, because it will affect her to see it. It's going to be like, it's going to just tug at her heartstrings seeing him wear it.
So when the shadow takes him over, he winds up assuming negativity in his personality and person. Is that what happens? I mean, because it's like he didn't learn to be that negative. It just took him over.
It kind of does take him over, yeah, because when he's adopted by the Shadow King, not only has he already lost his soul was stolen. The Shadow King gives him back his soul, but it's already tainted.
Yeah, okay.
Because the Shadow King had turned it off. So he's him until he's given his soul back. Then he's filled with this kind of darkness, which is why he becomes kind of an asshole. Like, he's like, "I'm gonna impale your mom. You got adopted, why I didn't?" I guess, well, he did in the end, but in his opinion, the way he sees it is, she abandoned me. Hope abandoned me. Even though she runs into him and she's like, "Do you need help finding your star?" And he's like, "Nah, you go ahead, I'll find it." Like, but in his vision afterwards, he's like, "No, she should have stayed and helped." How dare she
Yeah.
leave me behind in limbo? Because he didn't realize he was there.
Yeah.
And maybe a part of him thinks she knew, even though she didn't.
Yeah.
But
Right.
right now,
He
I'm
starts to
drawing
be
a
in.
cute little comic of them before they died, where they're just, hanging outside.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
that
so
sounds like a
cute.
pretty neat storyline. I really like it.
Yeah, and it all
It's very
came from that first drawing, the one with the girls holding a star. I didn't know what I was going to draw, so I just started drawing. And I was like, that's cute.
Yeah.
I'm going to make her hold a star. And then I was like, what if that star wasn't really a star, but she was trying to take it back to the sky, and then it turned out to be her soul. And then we just kept
Yeah.
going, and it became a whole story. We talked about it as if it was a video game. And honestly,
Oh.
I'm gonna draw it as a comic book and post it online, and maybe eventually, one fine day, it'll become a video game.
Well, that's awesome. I really like the storyline. It really sounds great.
I know
Has a
Lexi
lot
would
of
love
good.
it. She loves stories where it kind of has like a dark overtone to it. Like
Yeah.
it's cute. It's meant to be seen by a child and not be feared. Like a game that a kid could play, but if you were older and played it, you'd pick up on the
Yeah.
story slightly. It hints to the fact they're dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say that they're dead until the very ending of the credits, where you see her body laying on the ground. That's the closest hint you get
Oh.
to that she's actually dead and not just getting adopted by a goddess.
Yeah. Well, that'd be. I can't wait to see see the comic, when you finish it out and see what you did with it.
Yeah,
That's great.
I'm starting
I
on a
like it.
little
I really
test
like it.
comic right now. I'm sorry that it's so
You're doing
dark, by
what?
the way. I just really like stories that have kind of like a dark undertone to it. Like it can look cute,
Well,
but then it has like this dark side to it.
they actually need to. I mean, that's part of putting together, um, a storyline is you got to have conflict and you know the especially in like video games and anime type movies and stuff like that. You have the good and evil thing going on.
Yeah.
The
Another thing is people love theories.
dark and light and all that sort of thing. So that fits in perfect.
Yeah.
It really does.
And like with the fact that it's not going to straight out say, "Hey, these kids are dead," people can have their own ideas, and unless they watch through the credits, they wouldn't necessarily see the dead body.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm planning on doing is the Shadow King. He's going to lurk in the corner, basically. You never get to really see him till the very end of it. Like, he chases after her, yes, but you never get a clear view of him. That way, the reader and or player can have this own image throughout this thing of what he looks like. And he also is seen at the very end. He is standing over her dead body.
Oh. Well, the fact that he's called the Shadow King tells you a lot. I mean, it fits what you're talking about doing with him. Is him lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, like you don't really get to see him. And another thing is like the reason he's the Shadow King, which is the Shadow King versus basically the Moon Queen or the Moon Goddess, is because, he's into darkness. He wants to turn off all the stars in the sky because then it'll be pure darkness. Well, the stars are actually souls. I guess in this like kind of dimension and or world, stars are actually the souls of dead people. So therefore, to do so, he has to stop the stars before they get to the sky. And that's just his goal, is to stop the sky from getting any brighter. In the second series, Lance, after becoming the Shadow Heir, the Prince of the Darkness, his goal is to stop the stars. He wants to set them free and let them rebel against the Queen so that they can leave the sky. So the second series, the three knights are fighting constellations.
Oh. That ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay.
He hates
it
night
sounds
lights.
like, I like it. That's a neat you really fleshed out that storyline pretty good.
It was really weird because
To
I
this
didn't have
point.
any of it planned. We did this within like 2 nights. We came up within the first night. We came up with both the story and the sequel.
Yeah. Oh.
It just
Well,
kind
that's
of
good.
flew out of me.
Well, you can put a story together pretty good and pretty quickly. You have that ability. So I'm not surprised that you got so much done as quickly as you did.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
I might.
For the rest of it.
I'm thinking about possibly putting together a team and using like my Twitch money towards like people helping me create it, because yes, I'm good at putting like a story together, but I'm really bad at keeping up the energy to do so, like putting it together. It was like that one story I had where the entire story is following a girl who committed suicide as she watches the rest of her family grow up.
Yeah.
That was a really dark story. It was
that.
really good, but I just didn't have the energy to type it out.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Like, I still have it in my head.
Well, I would have. I wish I was in, where I could help you with that, because, I would be able to get that thing on paper for you.
Yeah.
You did dictate it or whatever, and I'd be able to get it down. But
there's a notebook somewhere in storage that has all the notes for that story. I'm still trying to set up the time to send spare money to have things mailed to me. It hasn't been working out as well as I've been wanting it to, like having boxes being mailed.
Yeah. Well, I've got a little bit of money that I got at Christmas, so I was thinking today. Funny you should mention. I was thinking today I wanted to go ahead and try to send you a box or two.
No.
To get you getting some of your boxes over there.
No.
I don't know what's, you wrote what's in them.
No, Grandma, you can't do that. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm sitting here trying to help you. I'm fine. I have like stream money coming towards me that I can use once it gets through.
Well, I was just thinking with the weather being so bad and everything. Your winter things. You don't have your winter stuff.
It's okay. I have like 4 sweaters, and I don't even leave the house that much. I'm like, what's it called? Recluse. I don't leave the house that much, and it's not that cold, Grandma. I've been wearing shorts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm good. You don't have to worry about me.
Yeah. Well, then never mind. Well, then forget it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Forget it, Grandma. It's good. You use that on taking the kids to go get, what's it called?
I was worried about you. I was worried that you were getting cold or something.
No, it's okay. There's some cold days, but I don't go outside for those because I don't need to. Like, I don't really need to leave the house for much. I can pay my bills through my phone. Grocery shopping, that's a one thing, but I just went a few days ago, and I don't need to go for like another month. I got sandwich stuff for the entire weeks.
Okay, well, I'm glad. I was, like I said, I was kind of concerned that you might not have clothes that you needed.
No, I'm good, Grandma. I went and got I got 2 sweaters to hold me for the cold days because I really wasn't expecting it to get too cold, and it hasn't been cold at all. I'm good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. That way you don't have to
mix some energy drinks again.
Hurting for warm stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I also have like a heating pad if I get cold. I actually have been letting the ferret use it because she doesn't have anyone to sleep with. So I figured because they usually bundle together for warmth.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was just wondering, is there anything that anybody wants to say or ask or whatever. I don't want to. I don't want folks thinking we forgot they're there.
No. Guys, do y'all have any questions? My grandma doesn't want y'all to think she's ignoring y'all. Anyone got questions? Elin, you got questions about Wendy's? Do you? Because Wendy's food, he was mentioning it earlier. I thought it was funny.
I think we got Wendy's lined out, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. Now that y'all said Wendy's, though, I honestly want some. But it's raining outside, and I don't drive in the rain.
Yeah, well, good.
I don't walk in the rain. I don't drive in the rain. I don't bike in the rain. Rain is bad. Actually, I got my first job in Alvin. Well, not my second job, third, fourth. How many times have I worked in Alvin? I got a job in Alvin by biking through some really heavy rain on a toddler's bike. They're like, how did you get here? There's no car outside. I'm like, I drove here on a bike. And they're like, on that one? And they pointed at some like elementary school kid-sized bike. I'm like, yeah, I got it from the pawn store for really cheap. And they're like, all right, you're hired. They didn't even interview. They were like, if you can get to work through that rain on that bike, you're hired. And then one of the drivers gave me a $300 mountain bike, which is the one that I gave to Elin, by the way. They gave me that bike. It's like, you should use this, though. Not that. Trade me that one. I'll give it to my little sister. It was awesome. I got hired just for biking.
That was really sweet of him to do that.
Let's talk about those pajamas. These pajamas, I'm wearing a onesie on stream, Grandma. This is how I dress for freaking... I'm wearing a onesie and it has pockets.
Well, it's a funny thing. When I was in Kohl's today looking around, because I thought, hey, maybe they got something on sale for real cheap, because Kohl's will do that. They will knock down things real low. And I was thinking, hey, and I happened to come up on their Christmas. They had a Christmas display of Christmas looking, PJs, and they had some onesies, Grinch type onesies, not green ones, but with the red and white stripes and all of that.
Yeah.
But all I could do was look. I was just like, but honestly, I was tempted to buy one of the things just for the heck of it. If I'd had the money, I would have. But
Elin broke the bike.
I didn't.
Grandma, Elin broke my bike.
Oh no! What happened?
He said he broke the brakes. Apparently.
What happened to it?
Apparently the brakes broke.
Well,
what did you do? Jump it over an infant?
I think, his dad.
Also, let's see. Someone asked a question. Wait, Ace, you don't leave the house? Do you work? I don't have a full-time job or a part-time job. I sell commissions, art commissions. People pay me to draw stuff, paint stuff for them. And then I do these streams on the side to try to make extra money. So I'm trying to make Twitch my kind of career and then art to be on the side. I don't work, though, because I have pretty bad social skills left over from the whole incident with the kidnapping stuff that happened a while back. Like, I'm able to walk outside now, but with Tippy. I still can't go outside by myself. And then before that, me and Grandma would always be out together. Like, if you wouldn't have gone with me, Grandma, I probably would have just stayed inside sleeping on the freaking kitchen floor all day. Like, I would have just stayed and slept on the ground.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have a job. I work for myself in a sense. I miss working, though. I honestly missed it. When I worked at Domino's, I felt exhausted constantly, but my favorite thing about working with customers is having them leave the store happier than when they came in. I wanted to make everyone's day great. My favorite thing about being a barista was people would sit down, you can talk to them, you can get to know them. I miss that, getting to work and be around people.
Yeah.
And if I ever get to the point where I'm not just physically frozen when a freaking man walks around, I'd definitely just go back into working.
Yeah.
My
Well,
only
but
fear is my panic attacks that I have because I felt so bad
don't do.
for Nita and Carrie. They kept having to send me home constantly over and over again every time Ariel made me freak out.
Well, I am so thankful for them that they. I think about that from time to time, how they were so caring and willing to work with you and find a way to make it work, and they did, and I will never be able to repay them for it.
Honestly, if they weren't as understanding as they were, I probably would have been unable to stay because like they understood that I had a issue from an incident and that I would need to take time to step away from moments and from people, and if something really bad happened I'd have to take my medicine, which the medicine makes me tired and exhausted, meaning I'd have to be sent home. Like
Yeah, well,
the reason I
honestly,
haven't gone back into the
having been
work.
having been in management myself, I can tell you for a fact that you wouldn't have had that job for very long
Yeah.
because most places don't, they don't invest in a person with your situation the way they did. And it was a blessing. And I feel like that was God watching over you and them because, them caring about you and trying to make it work for you and them and, the store, they found a way to do that.
And it was
And,
hard on them too. It wasn't easy for them, and I felt bad, really
yeah,
bad. Like
well,
the only reason I haven't
they,
gone back into trying to work in businesses is because I realized how hard it was for them to try to work with my conditions. Like if I had a panic attack and had to take a moment to get off the line to go calm down, that left them without a person. That and then if I took my medicine and they had to send me home, they're completely without a person for the rest of the night. I don't want to put
yeah,
myself in a job where I could be an inconvenience to people. I miss it. I miss
yeah,
working. It gives me a purpose, which
yeah.
I feel
Well,
kind of empty without it.
you always, I mean, you always gave 100%, and like you say, you invested in the customers, and I mean, I noticed how people responded to you and everything whenever I was around to see it, and your coworkers, and so I know that uh, that they thought that you were worth investing in, and so uh, you bring that out in people. You always have, and I'm so thankful for you being the person that you are because you make people happy. You always have. Um, when I see how they reacted, like when they hadn't seen you in a long time and stuff, and they knew you were back, and how they all just, you know, it was awesome to watch them react to you and to be glad that you were there and then want you in their circle immediately. And I mean, I don't know if you, I kind of got the impression that you didn't realize how valued you are by people around you and it's because of how you make them feel,
I like
because
making people happy.
well, you have,
That's
and it
why
shows.
that's
I
why
mean,
I started streaming, honestly, is because I get to interact with people and I get to try to give people entertainment and talk to them and communicate and maybe tell them
yeah,
like, "Oh, your day has been rough, but tomorrow's going to be better. The days are going to get better." Like
right,
and I once I became a premium, not a premium, once I became a affiliate and was able to start like getting tips and stuff, I was like, maybe if I keep doing this, I could make this like a career where I can have fun and talk to people and enjoy myself
Right.
and have people enjoy themselves.
Right.
Honestly, my goal for New Year's is to become a what's it called, a partner?
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I don't even
Uh,
know.
that's the next step up. That's the next
Yeah,
step.
that's the next step up. I don't really know what a partner does, but I know it means that you're doing good and that you're
Well,
there.
great.
So my goal is to
Well,
get there.
you will. I know you will. Once you get it all figured out, know what you got to do, you're gonna get it done. I mean, that's just you.
Yeah, and
You know.
I also will be having my first meetup apparently sometime soon in June, July.
What's that?
A
What
meetup
is
is where a fan gets to meet you and or a follower gets to meet you and say hi
Oh.
in person. It's
Oh, okay.
it's Twitch guy. He's coming to Virginia, not like for me or anything. Like he was coming with his family. He's like 12 and his mom's cool with him like meeting me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that's cool. Most parents
So
aren't
she's
okay with people meeting strangers online.
Yeah. So
But
so his mom is making it possible for him to meet you then.
yeah, apparently. And it's gonna
Well,
be after
well,
Brett gets
that's
home too, so Brett's gonna be able to go out there with me so I don't feel like nervous or anything.
yeah.
And I'll take
Well, that's
Tippy.
great.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't really know the details yet. He said that his mom's cool with it. They'd work it out. Something about brunch, which I love breakfast at any time of the day, so that's awesome. You know
Yeah.
me. I'm into Denny's and Firehouse Sub. Sponsor
Yeah.
me,
Right.
Firehouse Sub. Please. I'll eat your sandwiches every day on stream. I'll get fat for you. I will. I was wanting it so badly yesterday, but I was like, no, I gotta save money because in 2 days, or 2 days, 7 days? On the 7th or the 9th, one of those 2 days, I gotta take Tippy and Jaeger to go get their shots.
Oh.
It's their rabies shots. Ferrets also need rabies shots. Brunch without me,
Oh.
not acceptable. Well, then fly your butt down to Virginia, Elin. We can go eat brunch. Apparently, I'm not allowed to eat brunch without Elin. Get your plane ticket, bruh. You can sleep on the giant beanbag we have. Got beanbag and a freaking a futon couch.
So now he's got two goals. One to do Wendy's, and the other is to do brunch with you in Virginia.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's a goal.
Yeah, I think so.
You can do it, Elin. I believe in you.
Oh, he can. He's another one that's very goal oriented. When he sets his mind to something, it gets done.
Honestly, I was really sad that I wasn't able to get Lexi the ticket to come visit me, because I had the money saved up. And Sarah, when I was living there, was like, yeah, sure, when summer comes around, she can come visit you. And then I called to double check and make sure it was okay, because I was like about to buy it. Because we had talked about it, and I was like, when summer comes around, I'll buy the ticket, and then she can come visit. And then Sarah was like, no, never mind. So instead,
Well,
I bought stuff for the fair, like a better cage.
Yeah. Well, she I think would have had a little bit of a problem making a trip by herself. I think she would have been kind of skittish, afraid, worried that she would miss a flight or something.
I'd actually saved up the money for both Elin and Lexi to have a ticket, though, so they would travel together.
Yeah. Well, if she could have gone with him, then I
Yeah.
think she would have been okay.
Because I contacted Uncle Matt and asked about Elin's plane ticket, too, and they were like, wouldn't be possible. I think church camp is what interfered with both of them, actually. Church camp. Because I remember Sarah mentioning it, and there was some reason why Elin wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, check my facts. We tried to wheel the kickstand on, but oh my goodness, what all did you do to that bike? But there was things that happened, but it's fine. I mean, there's always like another time.
Right. That's right. I mean,
Yeah, it was
they
Mama.
could.
That's what it was. Church camp and Mama. But I ended up being able to get Jaeger a better cage, and I don't remember what else I got. I think we got like a better camera for streaming. I ended up using the money on other things. I was like, well, at least I could put it towards stuff.
Yeah, that's right. And it wasn't a total loss.
Yeah, I got a better
didn't get to spend time with them, but you got some stuff done that you needed.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
Yeah, and Jaeger's happy. She's a 3-tier cage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, eventually, I was hoping on getting another ferret. That way, Jaeger would have a playmate in the cage.
Right.
But if I get a puppy, I'm not allowed to have another ferret. Then again, the ferret plays with Tippy. I'm pretty sure she'll play with a puppy. She likes to chase Tippy down and attack her butt.
That's funny. Poor Tippy.
Yeah, Tippy will be sitting there just minding her own business, and all of a sudden the ferret's like tackling her butt.
Trying to get her attention.
And then Tippy likes to go over and roll on top of the ferret. And the ferret's like, get off me, I will eat your soul.
Oh no.
It's kind of cute when they play.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I had better get off of here, I suppose.
Aww. Elon said he tried his hardest to trade church camp for visiting me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they told you. I could have swore I just asked Uncle Matt directly, but I might have mentioned it to you. But
I mean, I did know that they weren't gonna go. They weren't gonna be able to go.
Yeah.
And stuff,
I just wish that Sarah would have told me sooner, because as it got closer towards time, I understand like Corey and Uncle Matt, because they have like a busy schedule. But like, she's my mom. She didn't even tell me. I got my hopes up. I was like, it's getting close to time, and I haven't heard a nay from anybody. It must be possible. Yay. I was with him when you called. Oh. Dang. Well, I had an entire thing planned, because I wanted to take the kids to Yorktown and Busch International Gardens, because it's big as hell and awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, there's Yorktown, there's beach walks, things like that. And I'm pretty sure there was like a Pride Festival going on that around the time they would have been here. I know Lexi would have loved that. It was huge. It was a big crowd of people. It was awesome. There was someone walking around with entire rainbow spandex glitter and a fro hat. I was like, oh my goodness. You look like the Statue of Liberty, but dipped in rainbow. It was awesome. It looked so cool. Another thing we were planning on doing when they came was, because we were like a 6-hour drive from New York. We were thinking of getting like a hotel room or something and going to walk around New York.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm half happy that it was delayed and half not happy, because I feel like we should have saved up a bit more for that. So, because we would have had enough for food and stuff like that, but if anything inconvenient happened, like say someone got hurt or we lost something, we wouldn't have had the funds to fix an error.
You got a flat or something,
yeah.
Some unforeseen.
Yeah, like say our tire pops or something on the drive to New York.
Right.
We wouldn't have been able to fix that. So this gives time for next year. So maybe, hopefully, next year can be an option.
Well, it's a thought. I mean, all you can do is, like you say, save it up and see if it's doable, and if it isn't, then use the money like you did last time. Just use it for something that you need to use it for. Either way, you're gonna come out all right with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would work.
Oh, my nose is all like sniffly.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, sweetie. I love you, and tell everybody I appreciate them, and I really enjoyed, getting to interact with them, and to, and hopefully I answered whatever questions they had to their satisfaction. And I hope that whatever we had to say um, was, you know, interesting or fun to listen to because, Lord help them if they, if
They
it
were bored
wasn't.
like, oh man. Man, it's been hours. It's okay, it's been like almost 3 hours that we've been talking pretty much.
Yeah,
I didn't mention
yeah.
what, Eland. Was it the New York drive? Because that was an idea we were going to actually surprise you guys with. I don't think I ever mentioned it to Lexi or you.
You had told me about it, but
Yeah, I
I
told
guess
you
you didn't
about it,
tell
but
me.
I didn't tell the kids about
Yeah,
it.
I didn't say anything to anybody,
Yeah.
because that was for you to do. That
Yeah,
was your thing.
he said I didn't mention it. Yeah, I didn't mention it because the New York drive was supposed to be a surprise. Also, we were deciding between New York or like taking you guys out to go to places a lot because it was basically we could take you to New York or we could take you to like movies and things like that, going out to eat, going to really cool places around here, or I mean we were gonna go to freaking what's it called Yorktown anyways, and the Bush International Gardens, thrift stores and food. We were planning on going there anyways, but the other thing was, you know, New York, long trip, or relaxing and hanging out near Hampton, things like that.
Would have been fun either way.
It would have, because there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, I was thinking of finding
Yeah.
some place to go laser tagging. There's an indoor skate park at the shopping center near where I live, and I have a skateboard, a longboard, a penny board. I was like, they could totally go
Mm.
hang out there. There's a studio grill, which is basically a theater where you get to eat food at the same time.
I think Elon is familiar with them because I think they go to one in Dallas.
None of us
Ask him
actually
about
skate.
that.
Oh, I skate. Have you ever gone to the studio grill, Elin? I'm pretty sure they have. I've heard someone mentioning that they've gone.
Yeah.
My
There's a movie. There's a place similar to that, if not that one,
Yeah, my
that
friend
they go
Tessie
to
recently
whenever
took
they.
me to go see Frozen 2 at the studio grill.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Oh yes, I ate
I'd love to.
chicken strips because I was like, I'm broke.
I'd
I
love to.
can't afford good steak.
I would love to go to something like that sometime.
Yeah,
That'd be neat.
I wish you could visit too. I wish everyone could just visit. We'll make a whole pallet in the living room.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be fun.
It would be. Plus, there's a at the beach, Hampton or no, Virginia Beach. There's usually events going on. Like last time we went, I got this ring, but Snoop Dogg was there. So I was like, when did Snoop Dogg get in Virginia? I've never been anywhere near him, and he's up on stage. Granted, I didn't have a
Well,
wristband, so I couldn't go anywhere near it, but we were walking on the boardwalk at the time.
yeah.
I was
Uh,
like, oh my god, that's awesome.
yeah, well, that is neat.
It was so cool. And all we were there to do was to buy some fudge. We were like, I want some fudge. Let's go to the beach because there's a really good fudge store. And then
Oh,
I was like,
that'd be
look,
awesome.
Snoop Dogg. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, there's Snoop.
Yeah, I was like, oh
Hey,
wow,
dog.
didn't expect to see him here.
Say,
What a small
say hey,
world.
dog. How's
He's on tour. A lot of my fave hip hop artists hit up Virginia last year. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that was happening at the beach. Like, I think it's a musical festival, like a 3 or 4 day festival that was going on, and we just happened to go to the beach to get fudge the day that everyone was down there rapping. What's it called? Is something on the beach. That's like legit their event. But anyways, I never mentioned the New York thing because I didn't know if one, it would be possible, two, if y'all even want to go, because it wasn't like we had enough money saved up to go to like a musical, something like that. That would be cool. We had enough.
Yeah, it would
We
be.
had enough money to basically get their plane tickets, take them a few places, and then get a hotel room in New York and walk around. maybe eat dinner or lunch there, and that was like it. Because the rest of it would have had been
Yeah.
used on the gas money to get back home.
Well, honestly, I think it sounds to me like you probably would have got more out of your money if you had stayed home and just done all the fun things like you were talking about around that area.
Yeah.
Because then y'all would have got to do more things.
I like how we're talking about it like
there.
actually it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be planning a few things for next year if we're still here, if they're able to come. Because it just depends if he's still
Yeah.
stationed here. Honestly, we might get moved to San Antonio or
Well,
somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, San Antonio is another place that's fun. There's all kinds of neat things to do. I have a friend that lives there, and she posts stuff all the time, and they're always doing things around there. She's always showing different pictures of things that they do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And, there's lots to do.
A boardwalk kind of there. What's it called? It's a river walk that's really popular there.
River. Right.
But I just know that like they would love it because Yorktown, it's one of the first ever towns. And it's so cool and like there's stuff there and boats.
And try if you would try to remember to if you come across one of those little spoons, that have Yorktown on them or whatever for grandma,
Yeah.
Because I could, send you the money for it because.
No need. No need to do that. I've been looking for one. It's just I don't know why I can't find them. We've looked through. We went to go to the gift shop at like Yorktown Boardwalk. They didn't have any. I went to thrift stores
you would think
even.
They would have some there.
I found some at a thrift store, but I didn't know if they were ones she already had or not. They weren't Hampton or Yorktown. They were just a whole bunch in a bowl.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think she would rather have one from the town itself, from that area.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I've been looking for them.
Oh, well, keep an eye out. And I don't know, ask the people that are working the shops and ask them if they know of any place where you can get one,
Yeah, that's what we did. I went to an antique store and Brett bought me a teapot set. And I was asking them because I saw that they had spoons, but I didn't see any that were what I was looking for. And they suggest that I go to Yorktown, which is why we went to the boardwalk, the river walk, because it has a gift shop. But they didn't have any. They had keychains, things like that, spoons. My great grandma collects like those little tiny spoons that say like states and stuff. She collects them. And she's wanting some from Hampton and Virginia, but I have yet to find any. And Hampton itself, where I'm at, isn't really a tourist spot, so there's not much here.
No, it wouldn't. Well, I don't think Hampton really, would have the historical significance for her.
I should have checked the shop.
Norfolk would, I think.
Well, I should have checked the shop at the airport when I came back from visiting for Ashling's birthday. I didn't think about that, though. I was thinking of, don't miss your flight. And then by the time I landed, all the stores were closed.
Well, I can see where that should have a priority.
Yeah.
When you mentioned being at Williamsburg last year sometime, you said something about Williamsburg. That would be one that would be neat if you could find a spoon for that too.
Yeah, we drove through Williamsburg. We didn't really get out and look around. Yeah. That place is really uppity rich. Like, oh my goodness. Everyone there is so fancy. We were scared to get out. We're like, we're going to step out. They're going to think we're mugging someone. I'm wearing a t-shirt and some shorts and flip-flops. They're over here in Uggs.
Oh my God.
I feel underdressed. Like, the people who wear flip-flops to Olive Garden right next to the people who are wearing pearls.
Yeah. I was thinking, how people around here, not like all the time people, but every once in a while you'll find somebody standing over on a curb with a sign, saying trying to get to Dallas. You know how they do, trying
Hitchhike.
to scam money off of people.
Oh, I thought
You
you
know,
said hitchhiking.
maybe you go, fix you up a sign with all fancy with calligraphy,
Use golden
and stand
ink.
on a corner over there and see what happens.
Evelyn said they would definitely be uncomfortable with
upscale,
how he dressed.
be an upscale poor person.
Yes. Get that gold ink from Michael's.
Yeah, right.
Wear 6-year-old Ugg boots. Like, oh, I can't afford the latest Ugg boots.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you. Oh yeah, there's a saving up, trying to get money to get this year's Uggs.
Taller? Your sister eight's getting taller bills? What? I feel like that's a typo.
Heck, I've got the Crocs I've got. I swear.
Oh my god, you still have Crocs?
Well,
Grandma, that's a crime.
know. They are the ones that I have. Aunt Carla got me. I swear they're 12 years old.
I know, it's a crime.
And I love them. I love them. They're just it's like being barefoot.
There's a pair of Croc shoes. Oh my god, Grandma, there are Croc stores here. There are shoe stores that only sell Crocs.
Oh my gosh, they really believe in those things, don't they?
Yeah, there's like there's not just like the Croc shoes with the holes in it. There's boots. There's high heels. There's sandals. There's flip flops. Croc. Yeah, it's like pumps. Like where they're like slightly wedged to make you taller.
Yeah.
Okay. They have the fancy. Yeah, I would wear them on a fancy date. I was like, oh my god, these are not from Crocs. I won't believe this. I disbelieve it. They have more than just Crocs. They have other things, and I was like, this isn't allowed. No.
I had a pair of flip flops, of Croc flip flops that I loved, and it broke my heart. One of them, the thing that goes between your toes, broke, and that was it. I couldn't, I had to throw them away because the things was ruined. And I love those things. They were so neat. It felt like you were walking around barefoot or something. I mean, they're so comfortable to walk to have on your feet and be walking around on.
Brett has a pair of Crocs in the bedroom. He's never worn them. I'm pretty sure he owns them ironically, and or he's hiding the fact that he wears them from me. Like maybe in the middle of the night he'll just put them on and be like, yes, my precious.
Yeah.
My feet have missed you. Super glue? Oh god, fill them with super glue. Oh no, wait, you're talking about fixing the little thing with super glue. I guess that's an option, but then it's just gonna break again eventually.
Well, I thought, maybe someday I might get me another pair of Croc flip flops, but I don't know. I went to some store, I can't remember the name of it, here in town, and I thought, well, I'll look and see. The one that I had gotten, I got it at Academy, and it was $19.99 on. I guess it was on sale, and so I bit the bullet. This was years ago. I bit the bullet and bought them, because who spends $20 on a pair of flip flops? But I did because because I had those others, and it was worth every penny. I loved them.
You know what? I just remembered. I still gotta buy you your late Christmas present.
What late Christmas present?
I remember I said I was gonna buy you a Christmas present, but I was gonna get it not in December because the kids and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
I told you not to buy that Blockbuster set, that video game or board game. It's a Blockbuster trivia
Oh,
box. Remember, Grandma?
the Texarkana
What?
wasn't. Was it a Texarkana? No, that was.
No. It's from Target. It's a Oh, that's cool. It's a, it's like a quiz box, but it's of Blockbuster.
Oh, the old video store.
Yeah, or is it? I think it's actually a movie gallery quiz, something like that. Remember,
Well,
I sent you a picture of it. It looked like a VHS tape, but it's actually a board game.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds intriguing. Yeah. It's been a while, but I had forgot about it. But I'm sure it isn't a movie gallery game. It would be a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Blockbuster was more well known, so that's probably the brand that
But movie gallery had you, so therefore it was better.
Well, I agree with you there. But okay, just whenever. Don't get in any big rush to try to get it or nothing, you know.
Well, as soon as you get it, you can force Elin to play it with you. Elin, Alexi.
Oh, I think he would enjoy doing it because we're all about movies and stuff. We love a good movie.
So like any horror movie, Alexi would be like top tier, and then you'd be up into comedy and romance, and then Elin would be all about every other genre, because he's a human encyclopedia.
Yeah.
What is your Steam account name?
Yeah, my Achilles heel would definitely be the horror, because I wouldn't know stuff about the more current ones, since I don't watch the things.
1 second. My Steam account name is Ectotech, ECTO. Wait, I'm just gonna write it. Let me just write it in here. I don't know why you need it, but jeez. Ecto. I figured you'd love the game, cause you like quizzes and stuff.
Who are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
You.
We always loved playing when we play board games. We'd play like trivia games and stuff, anything having to do with movies. Aunt Diane came up with a game. She was telling me about it several years ago, and we talked. We sort of refined it. I wish we never wrote down the stuff we came up with. But when we got through with what we came up with, her game, it would have been an awesome. In fact, we were talking about when we had a get together that we were going to get everybody play it so we could get it, smoothed out. And but we never wound up doing it. But it was a neat game, and it was about movies and directors and actors and all of that. Because
I would have failed at that game.
We love movies. You know how we are.
Yeah, I like movies too, but I can never remember the names of people. Like, I'm really bad with remembering people's names. Grandma, I'm not gonna lie, when I was like a kid, I used to get you and Grandma Virgie's names mixed up. I was like, they both start with V, it's very confusing.
Well, it makes sense to me. I mean, I can get that.
I was like, which grandma is the grandma? So I was just like, Grandma, you Grandma. And then whenever I was describing it, like, the grandma with the white hair and then the grandma with the black hair.
Yeah,
like, until I learned, I was so confused all the time.
Well, what was it? I remember one time, again, you were real little. And you didn't get to see me that often, so you would forget about me. And one time, I was talking I called to talk to your mom about something having to do with you and Destiny, and so you answered the phone, and I said, this is Grandma. Can I talk to your mom? Would you tell your mom Grandma wants to talk to her? And you're like, who are you? And or you were saying something like, grandma, and I could tell that you didn't really know who I was talking about. And I said, yeah, Grandma Vera. And I guess it must be during the time when you were confused about which grandma, it was. Um, and you didn't see me that much. So I just assumed that you forgot about me. And so I said, yeah, this is Grandma Vera. And you said, who's Grandma Vera? And I said, it's me, Sweetie Pie. And when I said that, you said, oh, and then you turned to your mom and you said, oh, mommy, or whatever you call her. And you said, it's Grandma Vera. And, she called me Sweetie Pie. And so then that's when I realized that Sweetie Pie meant something to you.
I honestly, that's what helped me get you two straightened out. I remember being a kid and being so confused, like, which grandma is that one? Because Grandma Virgie and Grandma Vera, to me, I would get them confused all the time. I didn't straighten that out, by the way, until I was like 8. Not even joking. I was 8 or something. It was when I went down to live there when I finally straightened it out.
Oh, okay.
Grandma died and I was still confused about which one. I was like, is this grandma the one that's alive or is that one? I've always had struggles with names. Even I tried to tell people this so much. Even family members. Grandma, I was confused about your name till I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, I'd call you Virgie, and I was like, wait, no, that's not right. That one's not there.
Yeah.
We're wrong one. Which one was it? I felt so bad because I'm like, I love my grandma so much. Why can't I remember which one is which?
Well, you wouldn't need to feel bad about it at all. I'm sure that you probably did that, but it never crossed my mind to think anything about it. I always just would look at it that, we see each other, we only see each other, 2-3 times a year at that time. And you were little. I mean, so why not? Why wouldn't you get confused?
Yeah, it was whenever I lived with Dad and Sarah in the apartment building that I finally was able to straighten it out because I was able to come over and visit more, and I was able to just like shove your name in my head. And I felt like a horrible grandchild. I was like, I bet no other grandchildren confuses their grandparents together. Like, I love my grandma. Why can't I fix this out?
I bet it happens more often than you think.
Maybe it's because we have such a big family.
Kids are kids.
I mean, you do it with our names now, so maybe it's just the reverse thing. Like, you've almost called me Destiny 3 times during this entire stream. I'm like, yeah, that's normal.
Well, there you go. That's grandmas do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, what was it? I always do it. I do it with names, where I wind up having to go down the list till I finally hit the right name.
I remember one time you were yelling at Charlie and you went, Destiny, no, Cannon, snap, which one are you? Kid, get over here. And I was like, oh my goodness, Grandma, you went through every name almost. You good?
And, I can think of at least 1 or 2 times where I was like, hey, you kid, whoever you are, get out of here. Do this or do that,
You're like, I'm trying to take a nap. You got 2 seconds to get out of here.
Yeah, right. Hey, you with the red shirt, get up with here.
Oh my goodness.
I admit it, so why should, if I can do that, why wouldn't you be able to?
I don't know. By the time I'm an old lady, I'm gonna be like, yeah, just get used to it. I don't know which one you are, but you're one of them, right? Are you even my grandkid? I'm not even gonna know. I'll be like, you, the small one.
That's funny.
If I have any grandkids that are twins, I'm gonna be screwed.
Oh, man.
Grandkid 1, grandkid 2, get in here and rub my bunions.
Yeah, then, that happened to be, they'd be known as Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Definitely.
In fact, now that I think about it, that's probably what Charlie and Cannon I need to do with. Those
Oh
two
my
are
goodness.
something else.
That would be like a great Halloween outfit next year.
The two of them are something. Oh, hey, guess what? This week, yesterday, I've been having fun with them. We've been playing like not board games, but card games. We made the other day. I mean, the boys have been wanting me to play with them, and so they come around and we either play with their action figures or something. And that, but yesterday, Charlie wanted to play with games, so he found it hadn't been open. The thing's probably been around here for like 5 years. I probably bought it for one of the girls that are now teenagers.
Yeah.
And you know how it is. You know me. I set it aside to put it somewhere and forget where it's at. But he found this. It's a kid dominoes game, and the dominoes are pictures of the Disney princesses. Well, he didn't care, because to him it was like, hey, we can play this game. So I opened it up, and we figured out, we got the little sheet out that told you how to play it. So we played dominoes with the Princess Dominoes game, and then when we played two games, which he won both of.
Aww.
And then he got out a puzzle they had got for Christmas, so we put that together.
They really like puzzles, don't they?
Yeah, it was a Toy Story 4 one. And then after that, what was it? There was something else. Oh, we made up a game one time. You know how it is. They open up card games and stuff, and then stuff's everywhere.
Oh, you told me about this, where you mixed a whole bunch of them together.
No, yeah, he got together all these cards, and they were Uno cards and regular playing cards and some other kind of card. I forget what it was, and all of them had numbers on them. And he's like, Grandma, let's play a game. And I'm thinking, oh my heaven, what are we gonna do with these cards? Because they're, what would we do? And then I thought about it, and I thought, well, we could get the numbers, So we made up this game where now we just call it the numbers game. And what we do is we get, we at that time we took, just a set number of cards, say like 20 of them. And in this case, we took a pack because it was brand new. And it was a Toy Story game, and we set aside the face cards and just kept the numbers one. And we divided them between us. And then what we do is we take, we each slap down a card, and whoever has the highest number card gets the draw, So, and then when we get through, we count the number of cards we each have, and whoever has the most cards in their hand is the winner. So we played that, and it's a simple game, but it goes real fast. And darn if he didn't win those two games. We played two games, and he won both of them.
Wow,
Yeah,
you sure you're not going easy on him? Did you just say I think that kid's cheating? Grandma, that is your grandchild, and he is 7 years old.
Try to. There was a couple of times when he did try to. I had given us each the cards, and I noticed that he picked one up, and I could tell that he had seen what it was, and then he said it where it would be the first one that it would slap down, and I told him, I said, put that in the middle. I said, you're not putting that one down. I said, you know what it is, and obviously it was a high number. He wouldn't have done it.
I should have left my Othello game with y'all. I bet he would have picked that up really cool.
Which one?
Othello, remember? It's the black and white pieces that you flip over.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like he's 7, but I feel like he could play that.
He could, but those things would have been everywhere. They would have come up missing. It's just as well you didn't.
Well, it's still in storage.
They are being better about keeping the things together.
That's good.
there for a while, they'd open up the box and then stuff would be everywhere, and stuff would come up missing. But now they're being now that they're a little older, they're better about putting them back in the box and keeping them together.
I remember last Christmas they ripped open the box that held the pieces for their Jenga. And I'm like, where are you supposed to put your Jenga pieces now? Like Jenga. Why am I saying Jenga? Jenga, not Jenga. Yeah. But they ripped open the box to their Jenga pieces. I'm like, where are you supposed to put the pieces now?
Yeah, they're getting better about that too. But yeah, up until this in the last few months, that's what they would do. The minute they get something, they rip the box off because they're used to doing that when they open presents.
Yeah, they don't realize, hey, the box sometimes hold the item.
You need the box. Yeah, you need the box, for Pete's sake. Put the box, and I'm sitting there taping it back together.
Yeah.
It's like putting a puzzle back together, one of those ripped boxes.
I think my pencil's low on battery. No, it's coloring right there. Why is it not coloring up here? Oof. I'm gonna just send you a picture once I'm done making this comic.
Okay. Yeah, do.
I'm guessing the boys are already in bed right now or something, because I don't hear any screaming in the background. I know it's Friday.
Well, actually, they're in bed now. They're in bed now because they go to bed early.
Well, not on Fridays, though. On Fridays, they get to stay up as late as they want.
Well, apparently they didn't tonight because it is quiet. I mean, I don't think they're watching a movie or nothing. I guess it was a quiet night for everybody. You're right. They did. They have been very quiet, and they haven't been coming in here. I'll have to reward them for being so sweet and letting
Frosties
me,
are cheap.
Be on here.
Take them to get Frosties tomorrow or something. Cheap little dollar ice cream.
Yeah, they love doing that. They love their Frosties.
Ow. Good, because Frosties are cheap. Did you get any of those booklets during Halloween?
No, I didn't.
Oh, those help save so much money.
I think they were $2 a deal, and there's only like 5 coupons. It really wasn't a good deal, so I didn't worry about it.
Oh, they usually have like a whole bunch of free ice creams in it.
And it's those tiny little, it's the minis. They're too small. The small ones are really a better deal, even if you do have to pay full price for them.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a limit to how many minis you could use at a time. Maybe you could use like 2 minis. I didn't even think about it.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, I guess I better get off of here. How many times have I said that?
I think 50. Twice.
But I honestly need to go ahead and get off.
All right, we've been talking for 3 hours, so yeah, it seems like it's bedtime.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I really have.
I'm glad.
And I really enjoyed getting to talk to everybody, that was on here with us. Is anybody still there? Bless their heart.
Yeah, we got people still watching.
Oh, do we really? Oh,
yeah.
Well,
Twitch guy just said, I wish I could donate, but I'm just saying, you don't have to wish you could donate. People who can, thank you, and then people who want to, thank you for the thought. The thought also helps.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to help and can't donate, there's always sharing it. Share it to places. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's what it takes. I mean, networking.
I'm bad at networking. That's why I'm doing streams instead. I'm like, I don't know where to share it to.
Well, like Twitter. I don't have that many can you share something like this on or like a fundraiser on Instagram? I don't think I had never seen anybody do it. I don't think you
I've
can.
made posts where I said I'm gonna be streaming, and that's back in September when I first did it, and like no one came. So I've been doing it. Basically, I've been posting on my Discord saying when I'm gonna do it for people who are actually interested in watching my stream. Because apparently it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if the people aren't interested in you; they still won't show up. I
Well,
gotta be more
the thing to
interesting,
do
Grandma.
is just tell them. I mean, in spite of the fact that, somebody didn't show up, because the thing of it is somebody may show up at some point. I mean, everybody on Instagram is always sharing some kind of link or whatever.
True.
You know,
That is very true. Think about this. Are you still there? Hello? Did my phone just die? Oh no! My phone died! Elin, hurry up and call Grandma and tell her I didn't hang up on her. I don't want her to think I hung up on her. Oh god. Ah! Oh god, I didn't hang on your. I'm gonna message her real quick on Facebook. Like, I didn't hang up on you. Oh no. Ah, I dropped my thing. I have so many things open up on Facebook right now. Okay, why do I keep putting it in my mouth? There we go. I told Grandma to not hang up on her. An iPad? An iPad? I'm holding a teddy bear. The drawing pad I'm working with is a Bosto? It's a Bosto. Camera, look over. Motherfucker. The drawing tablet I'm working with is a Bosto. It's this. But I'm holding a teddy bear. Oof, 1 second. I'm trying to fix the thing. Man, it is a mess behind me. I need to clean up all my arts and crafts stuff. Okay, back to color again. Oh shit, wrong color. Not sure where I grabbed these color flowers from, but cool. What about an iPad? People still use iPads? I haven't seen one in a while. I know there's like little cool teddy bear, but thank you! Brett took me to Build-A-Bear before he got deployed. That was an iPad, I don't know. Yeah, it's a drawing tablet. It's sitting over there. I can actually pick it up and put it in my lap if I wanted to, and draw like this, rather than having one hand over to the side. I'm supposed to be able to draw on this screen that's on it, but for some reason it won't work properly if I do it like that. Like, it squishes it. It makes it look weird, and I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. I'm probably not going to finish coloring this in tonight because I'm getting tired and my wrist is hurting from drawing at a sideways angle. But I hope everyone enjoyed getting to meet and talk to my grandma. I know we got off track a few times, but that's just how it goes. Me and her get kind of distracted together. Settings video source on the tablet. Brightness. I got blacklight, sharpness, contrast, sharpness, language, color, and picture. Wait, would it be picture? How does this work? No, that's for black light brightness, contrast, and sharpness. Language, temperature. What the fuck does temperature mean? Oh, on the PC. Let's fiddle with this real quick before I hop off. Settings on video source. Let me move this real quick onto the drawing tablet. And then let me just change it where y'all can see the drawing tablet. Off the right screen. Open up this. So this is it. I just can't draw on the... Well, actually, wait a minute. Huh? The fuck? It's not terribly... Is it... Wait, hold up. It's not horribly squished right now. At least, I don't think it is. Let me... Oh shit, wrong. Huh. I mean, I can't fit this over here. I guess I kinda can. Why shrink you? Why make you smaller? Why fix this? Like, it's not big enough to completely show on my screen. There's parts down here, like the zoom, the grabber, this shit like that. Can I move you up? Can I click you and move you? Click the Windows button. Alright, I got it open. I'm guessing settings. Where's my settings at? Control panel? Oh no, there's settings. Video and source. Would that be system sound? System has display, so I'm gonna click that one. Change the size of text and other items. No. Wait, what? Make this my... Oh, okay. Sorry. We got... Oh, hi, welcome back. Grandma left. She headed to bed. Night color. Oh, God, no. Grandma is gone. She went to bed. A landscape portrait? No. I don't think that sounds good. Can I just only affect one? Identify. Okay, so number 3 is the one that we're having the issue with. It's so squished. Search sources. Sources? Where do I find that at? Wait, no, search sources. Set up ODBC data source. Set up ODBC data source. I don't know what any of this means. I'm out. See y'all. Alright, thank you for being in. Thank you for stopping by and staying for like the 3-hour stream. Hope you have a good night and hope you had fun. And yes, this is the longest I've gone without fucking swearing all night. I swear to fucking God, holy shit. Like, I swore a few times and Grandma was like, oh, and I was like, I know you're kind of not okay with it, but you're kind of at the same time okay with it as long as there's no children around. Wait, are those my glasses? What the fuck? They've been here this entire time. I've been looking for you. If it's not gonna work, I don't know. Yeah, if it's not gonna work, it's okay because apparently I can use it now. I don't know what's different than the last time I tried to. The only issue is my sidebars over in the corner. You can duplicate screen. What would that do though? Oh wait, wrong thing. Well, actually, right thing. What would duplicating my screen do though? Because in all honesty, oh my goodness, it's so cool to be able to use my screen right now. Wait a minute. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Actually, I can't use my screen. This is the issue I was having. I'm drawing on it, but it's not doing anything. It's not erasing or drawing. What the fuck? Look at this. I'm drawing on it, and it's moving the mouse in the middle screen. I'm drawing on this one, yet it's fucking with the shit on the other side. Why? Well, as I move my mouse, it's affecting the middle screen right now. It will move it so it's on your PC and tablet. Oh, that, okay, yeah, let's do that. That sounds doable. Settings. Oh wait, is it in front of me right now? Display? Oh, it is in front of me. So I need to duplicate 1 and 3. No, identify. So I need, yeah, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. How do I duplicate? I saw a thing about it. Oh shit. No, backwards. I want, wait. Wait. I want 3 to be on 1, not the other way around. Shit, what'd I do? Oh, it didn't work anymore. It stopped duplicating. Duplicate 1 and 3. Is it gonna work right now? Oh fuck, what just happened? Oh, what the hell is happening? What the shit? My thing's over here. Whoa, god, okay, that's not working. Also, I gotta control Z on that shit. I'm just gonna leave it be and draw from the middle screen because I obviously can't get this to work. I'll just draw on my tablet and have it affect the middle screen. That's what I've been doing this entire time. I'm just gonna suffer. I finally get a nice, you know, drawing tablet with a screen and I can't get it to work. I'm so confused how to get this to freaking work. Oh shit. It's a bit darker than I'm wanting. Anyone else see just kind of yeet itself across the screen? After I'm done coloring this, I'm gonna head to bed. I'm tired. Bring backup display. Oh. Okay. Bring back up display. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I just now noticed I'm on the wrong screen. I got a wheel, I can still see baby, but that's useless. Right cam. Now we're gonna open up display. Here you go, display. Make this my main display. My main display is... I'm confused what to do and I'm tired, so I'm gonna leave it up to you because, oh my goodness, I'm sleepy. It's like 11:39. I shouldn't even be this sleepy. I stayed up till later before. I'm gonna take my little gems off though. Put my green one in the green section and my purple one in the purple section. Yeah, I've been wearing stickers on my face. Make it your main. Make what my main? The screen 2 or 1? I mean screen 1 or screen 3? Peace out. Alright, peace out. This is the tablet. This is the computer screen. This is my main screen, but... Oh shit, what'd I just do? What just happened? What just happened? What the fuck was that? Did I click something on accident? That was weird as hell. Make one, alright. Make this my main screen. Okay. Wait, why did it get rid of my backgrounds? What? I don't want that. You sure not to break anything? Yeah, I will. I'll die if I break anything. Keep changes, I'm assuming. Why can't I get over? Keep changes, I guess. 1 and 3. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Why is this a square? What's going on? Wait, what? Why is it so tiny? It's so itty bitty. Why is it a square? Now duplicate. Alright, so... No, wait. Wrong. Why is one in... I need to undo that. Because it's miniature on that screen. It's like a square. When it should be a rectangle. It's so mini, like... This takes off like 4 inches of my screen on 2 on that side, 2 on this side. Like, look at this. It takes off 4 inches of my screen over here, because this is all computer screen. Takes off 4 inches on that side and 2 inches on that side, 2 inches on this side. How do I make it where it's this but that? Like, this is so wide. Why is this so tiny? Now try to draw. Alright. This is so tiny. Where's my drawing program? It's over here. Can I move you, motherfucker? Move, bitch. Get out the way. Oh, if you don't get the fuck onto... Oh shit, where'd it go? Am I supposed to draw on this screen though? No, what's going on? Why is it affecting screen 1? And what did it just do to the stream? Why is it split into 2 different monitors? It's not working. It's now affecting this screen that I'm streaming with. And not... Actually, it's affecting all 3 screens? What the fuck? Shit. How do I undo this? How do I swap it? Maybe? Oh my god, I don't know which computer to touch because all 3 of them are showing the same thing. Well, these 2 are showing the same thing. Okay, so it shouldn't matter. Extend. That's an option? Keep changes. Let's try the extend. Let's see what that does. Oh shit. Does extend work? Nope, extend is not working. That sucks. Extend is not working either. Oh shit. Everything just got rearranged. Fuck. That's not good. Shit. I don't like this. No. Make this my main. How do I make it go back to the way it was before? How do I undo everything? I can't undo make this my main. What? Why not? Why can't I undo it? Why can't I undo it? I can't unclick make this my main. Expand makes it to make this my main. Yes, there we go. That was that way, and we got 1, 3. Identify 1, 2, 3. All right. Beautiful. Oh, I thought I broke Brett's computer. I got scared. I freaked out. Oh my goodness, that was scary. Why is this still so small? Oh, I see why. So I'm just gonna leave this be until I know how I'm supposed to do this. Because I panic too easy to be messing with his computer. I'm just gonna have to draw doing it from here. Because if I touch the computer, the tablet screen, it does work, except it just doesn't show the image on it. Like what I'm drawing on is this. Like I'm drawing on the screen. Like I'm gonna draw a heart in this little corner right here. And then you can see it over there. Like y'all can see right now, if you look in the top corner, what I'm drawing on versus what's happening on the thing. Only thing that sucks is could have bought a much cheaper tablet rather than starving myself for the entire month of October to just have a tablet that does the same thing. I'm drawing on her knees to make the heart go away. Like honestly, I'm sure I can figure out how to fix it eventually, which is the only reason I haven't sent it back. That and the fact that I've always wanted. Open it on your tablet on bottom? Bottom. I can't open it. There's not. What? There's no buttons on the bottom. Oh shit. It's this. This is a holster for it. Open it on your tablet on bottom? I'm confused. Maybe it's because I'm so tired. But I'm just gonna leave it be for now until I find someone that can like come and actually like physically look at it and maybe they can figure it. The software is on this USB. Like it's on this USB. I gotta open it up each time. Whee! Also, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and head to bed right now. I'm gonna finish doing coloring tomorrow. I'm really tired and I'm on the edge of being sleepy and loopy, and we don't want that. No one wants that. I'm gonna take this choker off because it doesn't match my onesie. Why have I been wearing it this entire time? Alright, everybody. I'm heading to bed. I will be back on tomorrow. We will play VR Chat, the program. I feel like I'm to... Wait, you're painting... What? Oh, what you're painting with. This? The Coral Painter? Open it on your tablet. I still don't know what you're talking about. But I should save this. Page setup. I don't know what I'm looking for here. Go on tablet and look at the bottom of the screen. I have sticky note, sketchpad, and screen sketch. That's all that's on the bottom of my tablet. Like, here, let me turn on the tablet. Y'all can see... Shit, no, not that. There. This is the tablet screen. In the bottom I have this. And then everything that's on the other one. Screen sketch? What the fuck is that? The app's open? All that does is close it in the other one. That closes it on my other screen. Click on the P icon. I did. This is me clicking it. It's opening and closing it on the middle screen. Look, okay, so I'm clicking it. I'm gonna click it over here, on here, right? I'm clicking it over and over again. This is what happens. It opens it in the middle screen when I click it on the far right screen. It affects the center. If I move things around, I'm sure it affects things too. It's like all this is actually doing is controlling that screen. Yes, it's showing me a background and a monitor. Like the other day I was playing Song Request on this computer. While drawing on the screen, it wasn't affecting what was opened on the screen. I had like Streamlabs chatbot open on this monitor so I could see what was playing. But to affect the monitor, I had to move the mouse all the way over from screen 1 or 2 into screen 3. It is really weird, but I'm going to have to work on it tomorrow because I'm honestly really, really tired. So, good night. I hope everyone had fun. I will be on tomorrow, and we'll be doing either... Well, yeah, we're going to be doing VR chat tomorrow. And then the day after, we're going to go back into drawing. And we're probably going to take a break from coloring this in and go into drawing maybe the Shadow King. Or I can color it in and then try to draw. Are you ready to go to bed? You too? Are you sleepy too? Alright. Night. I hope everyone had fun. I hope the stream was entertaining. Goodbye.